options, but like you said, up front is going to be the key tonight.
Yeah, that's where this game's going to be won or lost, and, whether it's a close game or lopsided.
And this is, of course, one of 5 games in the North Central Conference tonight. Lafayette Harrison on the road at Anderson. Indianapolis Tech is at Muncie Central. Kokomo plays host to Lafayette Jeff. And Marion with the short drive to Richmond to take on the Red Devils. And, of course, McCutcheon at Logansport tonight. So a full slate of action here in the North Central Conference tonight.
Yeah, an intriguing game to me is that Lafayette Jeff at Kokomo game. See if Kokomo can bounce back, and if Lafayette Jeff can continue to roll, as they are averaging 42 points a game and giving up just 14. So, Jeff looks really legit this year. Probably the favorite to win the NCC. And we'll see what Kokomo can do if they can bounce back tonight.
Yeah, for the Berries, of course, we'll see both of those schools. Unfortunately for Logansport, on the road for both of them at Lafayette Jeff and at Kokomo. But good news for us, fabulous press boxes. Not that we're taking anything for granted, but we love going to Lafayette Jeff and Kokomo. They take great care of us, and the facilities there are top notch.
Yes, they are for sure.
And Kokomo with that new press box with an elevator, so we don't have to climb up the stairs. So that's always a nice thing.
Yes, it is.
Especially when you're a senior citizen like me. You'll know about that in a few years, but you got a long way for that. All right, we'll step aside for one final break. This will wrap up the Mike Anderson pregame show. When we return, we'll have the coin toss and the opening kickoff. You're listening to Logansport Berries football on 12:30 a.m. WSAL.
Anderson Auto Group, the largest Chevy dealer in Indiana, knows that great relationships are vital to the growth of businesses and communities. That's why they take such great pride in investing their resources back to Cass County. The Mike Anderson Auto Group employs nearly 400 people. They significantly contribute to the IUK endowment and the practice fields at Houston Park. And they continue to support all Cass County High School athletic programs. We thank you, our valued customers, for making this possible. The Mike Anderson Auto Group, we are Cass County proud.
Everyone deserves to feel good inside, and the experts at Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling know how to make you feel good inside your home with indoor comfort systems that are inside your budget. Get up to a $1,600 rebate or up to 72 months interest-free financing on a qualifying new Lennox system that will keep your comfort up and your utility bills down. Call Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling at 574-753-4538 or visit on the web at charlesamichelinc.com.
This is Todd Reed from North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center. Your friends and neighbors come to us with a problem. We offer them a solution that eliminates the problem or lessens its effect on their lives. Do you have a problem with your back, hip, shoulder, knee, or just walking? We at North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center have a solution for you. Call us at 737-7404.
Stats, Steve Isaacs back at Berry Stadium in Logansport. We are moments away from the opening kickoff between the 3-1 Logansport Berries and the 1-3 McCutcheon Mavericks. Both teams 1-1 in the North Central Conference. An interesting tidbit in the North Central Conference standings. Only Lafayette Jeff is undefeated. They are 2-0. Richmond is 0-2. And the other 8 schools are 1-1. So talk about parity, at least early on in the season. That's what's for sure in the North Central Conference.
Yeah, from top to bottom, there's a lot of teams that can play. So, going to be interesting what those records look like at the end of the season.
So the McCutcheon Mavericks won the opening toss of the coin. They have deferred, so they will kick off. The Berries will get the ball first, and they will kick it deep to Colton Rosie. Rosie will field it at about the 3-yard line. He'll set up a return to the right. Now he tries to cut across the green. He'll set some running across the 20, breaks the tackle. He's finally brought down at about the 23-yard line. Good tackle in the open field there by Bryson McGee, 6'4" junior on the stop. So the Berries take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. And I believe, I don't want to get excited or anything, Steve, but I believe all of the flies have departed the press box, at least for the time being. So until night falls and the cricket shows up, we are insect-free as we get ready to start this North Central Conference game. 3-1 Logansport and 1-3 McCutcheon. Both teams 1-1 in the North Central Conference. And the winner looking to get above 500 in conference play. So Jamie Babcock will start under center for the Berries. Now Jacob Cox will shift over to the right side of the formation. He had a big game a week ago against Indianapolis Tech. Now in motion is Elijah Crow, and they're going to try a halfback option pass, but he is under heavy pressure, breaks the tackle, and now he's got some running room, but he just cannot get away from the third defender there, Walter Foster. Steve Isaacs told me in the scouting report he was a big tackler for McCutcheon, and he makes the first tackle of the game, and that's a big loss back to the 11-yard line. But I like the play call from Coach Johnson, trying to wide open and gamble, but unfortunately the blocking just didn't hold up for Elijah.
Yeah, I do too. Foster averaging 11.3 tackles per game, so he's going to be active tonight. And I like it. Coach trying to surprise him right off the bat and handing off to a quarterback who can throw. So I like the play call. Logan Sports is going to have to block, for sure.
And Elijah, if he could have just gotten away from Foster, had a lot of running room on the left side of the field. Unfortunately, he's brought down for a big loss. Now he's back in at quarterback, and now he'll throw a jump pass into the flat to Colton Rosie. It's complete across the 15. Rosie makes one man miss. He's going to be brought down just short of the 20-yard line, but not a bad gain on second and long, making it third and manageable for the Berries. It will be about 14 yards to go, but pickup of 7 yards, so a good play on second down for Logansport. And they've got a chance here now. Third down and 14. Ball spotted at their own 19-yard line. They need to get to the 33 to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, is that the first bubble screen of the season?
I think so.
I believe so.
And it was well designed. Good blocking out there on the left side of the formation.
Yeah.
And Colton Rosie made a couple men miss to get some yards after contact. So third and long for Logansport. Jamie Babcock under center. In motion now is Dustin Wilson. And they're going to keep it a handoff up the middle to, I believe that's Tucker Platt, or is that Miles Dungy? Miles Dungy with a nice gain over the 25 to the 26, so a pickup of 7. But that will bring about a punting situation for the Berries, so they just couldn't overcome that huge loss on first down, but a couple of good plays after that, so that hopefully gives them some confidence as they depart to the sidelines. And Mario Perez to handle the punting duties for Logansport as Caden Rice and Bryson McGee drop back deep to receive this punt. Perez missed the game a week ago due to some soccer commitments. Snap is good, and Perez gets a good foot into this. Didn't get all of it, but it will take a good Logansport bounce. But it is fielded by one of the McCutcheon men across the 35. We're going to have a face mask, I believe, was out of bounds at the 42-yard line is Caden Rice. But I believe Dustin Wilson got his hands on the face mask, and that mark-off should give the McCutcheon Mavericks the ball in at Logansport territories. I believe that looked like the 15-yard variety, as it wasn't just a incidental grasp of the face mask, at least from where we are standing. So we'll see what the official comes up with the call. See, but it is a personal foul, 15 yards. I thought that would be the case. So that will take it into Logansport territory. So McCutcheon with great starting field position on their first possession of the evening. The ball will be spotted at the Berries' 43-yard line. 9:35 to go, first quarter. Logansport and McCutcheon, no score. The Berries are 3 and out on their first possession. Now McCutcheon has it for the first time. Peyton Williams, 5'10", junior, is the quarterback with an I formation. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 split out to the left for McCutcheon. Now handoff to the fullback up the middle. And breaking the tackle inside the 30, down to about the 27-yard line. Good run that time from Drew Davis, who was listed as a tight end in the program, but we were told that he would be featured quite a lot on in this offense. Gets 17 yards and a big play on first down for McCutcheon. They have it 1st and 10 at the Logansport 26-yard line. Clock running, 9 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. No score between Logansport and McCutcheon. Now shotgun formation for Peyton Williams. Now he'll hand the ball off around the left side, and a good tackle there as Austin Bennett was able to get inside the 25 to about the 23, but nice play that time by the Berries defense. And we have I believe, is it a flag on the play? As the side judge comes in to have a conference with the referee, and he says, come on over here, line judge. And so now they're just, but there is no flag on the field. I'm not sure why they requested a stoppage of play. Okay, so it's a gain of 2 yards. And no explanation. That's okay. That stoppage of play, Steve, means we'll be here for a few extra seconds tonight, but no big deal. It's a great night to be here at Berry Stadium. 2nd down and 8 for McCutcheon. They have it at the Logansport 24-yard line. Peyton Williams under center. Now a pitch out around the right side to David Salazar. Salazar makes one man miss, but he's brought down short of the 20. Jamie Babcock coming up from the secondary to make the stop. Now the official will give him forward progress down to the 20, a 4-yard pickup on 2nd down. It will be 3rd down and a long 3 for McCutcheon. Ball spotted right at the Logansport 20-yard line. As Mavericks moving from your right to your left on your radio dial. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. No score between Logansport and McCutcheon, but the Mavericks knocking on the doors. They're in the red zone on this 3rd down and 3. Big play early on for this Berries defense. Williams in the shotgun for McCutcheon. Now coming in motion, it's Cole Phoebus. They fake it off to Phoebus under heavy pressure, but he's got a man open. The pass is overthrown into the end zone as Isaac Angstadt was open. Elijah Crow with some pretty good coverage, but that pass was there, just a little bit overthrown.
Yeah, we know they like to throw the ball, and he got a good break there, good coverage, just a little bit out of his hands.
I could see what like throwing the ball the way Peyton Williams slung that one. That was an impressive looking spiral, even though it was slightly overthrown. Had a lot of zip on that one. The Mavericks will go for it on 4th and 3, as it would be they're eschewing the 37 or 38-yard field goal. They are in the gun. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right with a wingback in the right side of the formation. Now Phoebus comes in motion once again, and now they'll fake the handoff to him. Rolling out to his left is Williams. Got a man wide open in the flat is Bennett. He's got the first down and more inside the 15, inside the 10, down to about the 3-yard line. Jamie Babcock on the stop there, but a nice play call that time. They faked the run to the right, rolled out to the left, and he could have run the ball himself to get the first down, but had a receiver wide open in the flat. So 1st and goal for McCutcheon down to the 2. So 18 yards on that 4th down play. And now Peyton Williams under center with Bennett, the tailback, 7 yards behind him in this formation. Handoff to Drew Davis. Davis, I don't think he got in, and they're going to say he is just short, so good job that time. Outstanding play by the front of that Logansport defensive line. Jackson Crowd in on the stop. So make it 2nd down. So they spot the ball just inside the 1-yard line, but a good job by the interior of that Berries defense preventing the touchdown, at least on this play. 2nd down and goal for the Mavericks. Williams under center, 2 receivers split out to the left, 2 out to the right with Bennett behind him. Now keeping it himself will be Peyton Williams, and he will get into the end zone for the touchdown. He barely crossed the plane, but he did get enough of it to get a touchdown. And McCutcheon takes a 6-0 lead with 6:51 to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, this Logansport red zone defense did a great job against Tech last week, stopping Tech on 3 of 4 tries, but McCutcheon just too much here on this first possession.
We got a great starting field position following the face mask penalty on the kick punt return. So into the point after is Jay Soto, soccer style kicker. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 6 minutes and 51 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. It's McCutcheon 7 and Logansport nothing. Credit dings, let Diversified General Federal Credit Union go to work for you. Diversified General Federal Credit Union helps more people get a better loan. Take advantage of what they can do for you at Diversified General Federal Credit Union, 7th and Broadway in Logansport. Your financial family, member NCUA. Proud to support the Logansport Berries. Well, Steve, you talked about the scouting report in the pregame show. This was a ball club that liked to put the ball in the air, McCutcheon, and you saw why with Peyton Williams with that strong arm and a couple of well-designed plays in the passing game for a 44-yard touchdown drive.
Yeah, Williams averages 13 yards per completion and 137 yards a game. So, and he averages 25 yards a game rushing. So, he's a dual threat, and Logansport just going to have to contain him and be able to cover these receivers tonight.
So Walter Foster, McCutcheon's leading tackler in the season, also handles the kickoff duties. He got a good foot into his last one. Colton Rosie, though, was able to return it across the 20. We've seen a lot of teams kick it away from Rosie. But McCutcheon, the way they defended him on that one, you would expect them to kick it off to him again, which they tried to do, but it's going to come up short to Grimaldo. Fields it on the run across the 10, across the 20, across the 25. Now he cuts it across the green, across the 30. Still on his feet as Grimaldo out all the way out to the 36-yard line. Nice job that time from Grimaldo as he fielded it on the dead run and had some running up to the right side. Didn't see anything once that hole closed up to cut against the grain and made some nice moves.
Man, I love seeing the ball in his hands. Oscar played wide receiver last year for the Berries and has mainly just been playing cornerback. But, man, he's a quick kid. You give him the ball, he can do something with it.
Officials will actually give them forward progress to the 37, so good starting field position for the Berries at their own 37-yard line, and Grimaldo did such a good job. He's out there flanked out to the right. Jacob Cox shifts over to the right side of the formation in that tight end spot. Dustin Wilson in motion. The handoff inside, though, to Miles Dungy. Dungy, nice job that time, breaking a couple of tackles, getting it out across the 40-yard line, near the 41. But a good gain on first down for Logansport. The more you see Miles Dungy, Steve, the more you like him. He's just a very good running back.
He's a junior with some eyes, and, him running between the tackles, I like that.
And he was outstanding in that fourth quarter against Indianapolis Tech a week ago, as the Berries kind of wore down that Indianapolis Tech defense over the course of the game. Second down and 7 for the Berries. Wilson in motion. Now he gets the handoff, and not much running that time for Dustin Wilson. He may have gotten a half a yard, and that's about it. At the 41-yard line, get down, and 6 for the Berries. Clock running, 5 minutes, add 50 seconds to play first quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Berries' second possession of the night. They were 3 and out their first time. And now facing a third and 6 at their own 41-yard line. Grimaldo splits out wide to the right. And Elijah Crow in at quarterback. I believe, or is it Jamie Babcock? I think it's Crow. It is Crow.
Yeah.
Crow rolls out to his left. He's got a man open. Pass to Grimaldo. It is caught by Grimaldo inside the 40. He breaks a tackle inside the 35, all the way down to the 33-yard line. Great job that time from Oscar Grimaldo. Hit him 26 yards on that pass and run. That was outstanding. That ball was in the air awfully long time. That was a dangerous throw, but Grimaldo bailed out his quarterback by going back to get that football.
Yeah, we just talked about Oscar, and now they moved him to receiver, and he makes a big play.
26 yards brings Logansport to the 33-yard line of McCutcheon. First down and 10 as we approach 5 minutes to play here in this first quarter. Grimaldo out to the right. Now we get a flag on the play. There's going to be an illegal shift on Logansport, I believe. Unfortunately, it is. Coach Johnson is not sure as he's having a conversation with the line judge here right in front of the Berries sideline. But a 5-yard penalty pushes him back. And again, Steve, it's only 5 yards, but against a quality opponent like McCutcheon, you just cannot afford to have these kind of mistakes.
Yeah, you just can't have it. Whether it was the face mask penalty, you make a big play on offense and then you get pushed back. That can deflate you too after a big play.
Yep.
So they've got to limit those tonight.
So the ball was spotted at the 38, first down and 15. The good news for the Berries, the down stays the same. So first down, Wilson in motion to the right, and now Babcock is tripped up by his guard and falls to the ground for a loss back to the 41. So back-to-back bad plays for Logansport. Results in a net loss of 8 yards. So they're looking now at second down and 18 back at the 41. And you can just feel the momentum disappear from the crowd on those last 2 plays.
When you think about that Tech game last week, Logansport made a lot of mistakes in that game too. If they could have limited half of those, they'd have probably beat Tech by a decent margin. So, but against a team like this, there's just not much room for error.
Second down and 18 for the Berries. Grimaldo splits out wide to the right. Single coverage out there for Grimaldo. In motion is Dustin Wilson. Now coming down the line on the option is Elijah Crow. He cuts it inside to about the 37-yard line. So a nice gain of 4 yards for Elijah Crow. But unfortunately, after those 2 previous losses, that on second and 18 makes it third and 14. So tough situation for the Berries. But on this spot of the field, you would think it's 4-down territory. So Coach Johnson has 2 plays, theoretically, to try and pick up these 14 yards. So we'll see how he chooses to handle this third down and long.
And I tell you what, I'd like to roll Babcock out right here and see if he can possibly take a shot down the field or maybe break a runoff.
And we've seen Babcock very effectively rolling out to the left, and that is the wide side of the field. He's going to roll out to the right, though, this time. Puts it up for grabs that is intended for Dustin Wilson, just a little bit overthrown. Good coverage out there from Andrew Miller. But Wilson had a half a step on it, but unfortunately the pass falls to the ground incomplete. And we'll set up 4th down and long.
Yeah, Babcock put that in a good spot because there was double coverage on this side, just a little bit too far.
So Coach Johnson will send out the punt unit and hope that Mario Perez can try and pin McCutcheon very deep in their own territory, because from this part of the field, Perez can easily kick it out of the back of the end zone, but maybe he tries a high short kick to pin McCutcheon inside the 10-yard line. We'll see how Mario Perez chooses to handle this one. He will put it up, and that's exactly what he does. A high end-over-end kick. Fair catch called for by McCutcheon. Fielding it is Caden Rice. But the ball spotted at the 13, so not a bad punt that time for Mario Perez, pinning McCutcheon at the 13.
he was under a lot of pressure.
He sure
They
was.
almost blocked that, so to still get off such a nice punt, impressive job there by Perez. And he was missed last week. Really nice to have him back in the lineup.
Football season also means terror season as haunted houses start to open for Halloween. The Grissom Maze of Terror is better than anything you'll find in this region. Opening in September on the Grissom Aeroplex in Peru. Make plans now to experience the Grissom Maze of Terror. Go to GrissomMazeOfTerror.com for a preview. 3:13 to go, first quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Mavericks have it 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Now the handoff to, that is not 21 Bennett, it is 31, David Salazar. Gain out across the 15 to about the 18, a 5-yard pickup for Salazar. 2nd down and 5 as we're inside 3 minutes to play here in a fast-moving first quarter here at Berry Stadium. Mavericks on top of the Berries 7-0. McCutcheon has it 2nd down and 5 at their own 18-yard line. 2 receivers split out to the left, 1 to the right for the Mavericks. And Peyton Williams in the gun this time. He'll hand the ball off to Bennett, who's got some running room across the 20. He will fall forward for the first down. I may have spoken too soon as he was, the official will say he got enough for the first down. So another first down for the Mavericks. As Coach Johnson is out at the numbers now, exhorting on his defense. As one of the student sections let off a smoke bomb, and just luckily the fire department just happened to be walking by, so maybe they can get down there and check out what's going on. But Coach Johnson, like I said, was out at the numbers, exhorting his defense to try and get them a stop. See what they can do here as a new series of downs for the Mavericks. 1st and 10 for McCutcheon. They have it at the 24-yard line. Williams in the shotgun, taking a lot of time. Still 10 seconds to go on the play clock, so plenty of time to get this ball snapped. He'll keep it himself around the left side, across the 30, across the 35, breaks the tackle, across the 40. He is going to finally be brought down all the way out at the 47-yard line. Jamie Babcock on the stop, but some good hard running that time from Peyton Williams. And unfortunately, there's a couple of missed tackles that turned that into a big gainer out to the 47. 23 yards on that play. So McCutcheon looks every bit as good as we thought they would be, Steve, despite that 1-3 record.
Yeah, when you're running and your passing game is so tough, it makes it even tougher on the defense because now they've also got to watch him running. So, so many weapons for McCutcheon as they continue to mix it up.
1st down and 10 for the Mavericks. 1.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Now pass into the flat, completed into Logansport territory. Colby Phoebus on the reception down to the 46-yard line, a 7-yard pickup on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Boy, when you can get 7 yards on 1st down, that's such a luxury for a play caller offense. We can call any play in the playbook on 2nd and 3. We approach 1 minute, 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. McCutcheon on top 7-0. Mavericks have it in Berry's territory at the 46-yard line. As the shade now envelops much of the playing field here at Berry Stadium on an absolutely spectacular night of weather on the final weekend of summer here in north central Indiana. And pretty much everywhere in the northern hemisphere for that matter. Handoff to Bennett around the left side. He'll have the first down and more. Inside the 35, inside the 30. Takes a couple Berries with him down to about the 22-yard line. And Coach Johnson looking back at his coaching staff. Some more missed tackles that time.
Yeah.
You got to credit McCutcheon with some good hard running, but Logansport's missed a couple tackles here the last couple of plays. And unfortunately now we've got an injured player for the Berries. Jacob Cox is down at about the 45-yard line. Hopefully it's nothing too serious with him, but McCutcheon will have it 1st down and 10 at the Logansport 22-yard line with 39.5 seconds to go. Looked like he may have turned an ankle as he's able to get off under his own power, favoring that right leg ever so slightly. But that's certainly good news to see Jacob able to walk off under his own power. He's a very important part of this football team.
Yeah, McCutcheon has a great amount of depth. Logansport doesn't have nearly as much. So, an injury for Logansport's a really big deal.
Yep, it certainly is. So Trainer Tom will take a look at Jacob Cox. He's over right in front of us on the trainer's table. McCutcheon will huddle up. Still 13 seconds to go on the play clock, so they have time to run at least one more play before this quarter comes to an end here in the first quarter, down to 20 seconds to go. The Mavericks on top 7-0. Now this time Peyton Williams in the shotgun. Rolls out to his right. He's got a man open. It is behind Phoebus, but it is incomplete. Nice job that time. I believe Oscar Grimaldo broke up the pass. Pass was behind Phoebus. He was open, but Grimaldo made sure he didn't hold on to that one because Phoebus was in position to catch it, but good job by Grimaldo.
Yeah, great job stripping it away.
The incomplete pass stops the clock with 11.7 seconds to play here in the first quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Berries have had the ball twice. Moved the ball pretty well in that second possession before they were forced to punt it away. McCutcheon's had the ball once, scored a touchdown, and they are on their way here near the red zone on this second possession of the first quarter for the Mavericks. Williams under center with Salazar behind him in the backfield. He'll get the handoff around the right side, and nothing doing that time. He may have fallen forward for a half yard. Nope, they're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage. It's like Miles Dungy may have made the stop. Good play that time for Dungy, and that will end quarter number 1. At the end of 1, it is McCutcheon at 7, Logansport nothing. We'll step aside for break. Be back with our second quarter. You're listening to Logansport Berries football on WSAL.
Hello, this is Todd Reed from North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center. Your friends and neighbors come to us with a problem. We offer them a solution that eliminates the problem or lessens its effect on their lives. Do you have a problem with your back, hip, shoulder, knee, or just walking? We at North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center have a solution for you. Call us at 737-7404.
Since 1934, Security Federal Savings Bank has served Cass County. When you bank with us, you get excellent financial service, and you help us to support the community too. Hi, I am Tammy Helvey, Logansport Branch Manager. I want to thank our customers for their business. It's because of you that we are able to give back to the Logansport High School groups, including the athletic department, Logansport dance team, after prom, and many more. We're proud to sponsor the Logansport Berries.
Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Joe Stets back at Berry Stadium, 1 quarter in the books. McCutcheon up 7-0. They have it 3rd down and 10 at the Berry's 22-yard line. And a big couple of plays here for Logansport, Steve. 3rd and 10, McCutcheon, is going to go for it on 4th down. So they got 2 chances, though, to try and get a stop here close to the red zone.
Yeah, Logansport and their red zone defense been pretty tough so far this season. See how they do against McCutcheon here.
Yep, Peyton Williams out of the spread. Back to passes. Williams rolls out to the right. He's got plenty of time. He's got a couple receivers open, and pass is broken up. Nice job by Oscar Grimaldo. As Keldon Tyson, the intended receiver, and he was open, and that pass was on target, but Grimaldo for the second time breaking up the pass, and it's 4th down and 10, so a huge play for the Berries.
Really, this Logansport secondary's done a fantastic job so far.
So 4th down and 10. McCutcheon, no hesitation at all from this spot on the field. They will go for it. You'd expect them to put the ball in the air. 2 receivers out to the right, 1 split out to the left. And Austin Bennett in the backfield with Williams. Back to pass is Williams. Got plenty of time. He's got a man open, and the pass is broken up. Nice job that time from Dustin Wilson. And the Berries with a huge stop. It will not go in the official stats as a red zone stop, but from the 22-yard line, pretty much the same thing.
That was impressive, and Wilson almost making an interception there.
And we've seen Dustin Wilson excel in the secondary. That huge interception a week ago, and a great stop from the Berries. It looks like we might have some scores to pass along.
Yeah, we got a score from Kokomo. Lafayette Jeff pulls ahead of Kokomo 8-7 in the first quarter.
So Coach Steve Isaacs told us that was the game he was focusing on tonight. And so far, it's lived up to the hype with a very close game here. The Berries holding their own so far. Down just 7-0, just underway. 11:50 to go here in the second quarter. Now Rosie in motion to the left. The handoff, though, inside to Tucker Platt. The first time we've seen him in the backfield. A couple of tough yards for Tucker out to the 25-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. 2nd down and 7. So we saw Miles Dungy exclusively in that first quarter. And now Tucker Platt gets the call. Give the Berries a different look offensively. And they continue to shuttle in the quarterbacks with the plays. And I just can't say enough good things about Crow and Babcock. Not only what they do at the quarterback position, but every facet of the game for Logansport.
Hey, I think if you'd have told people that we'd be down 7-0 after the first quarter and moving the ball some, I think they'd be pretty happy.
Yep, I agree. As Goodman is in at tight end as Jacob Cox remains on the trainer's table. Crow rolls out to the right. He's got a man open, and the pass is almost complete. And a flag on the play as Goodman. There was definitely contact before it got to him. And Goodman could not hang on to the football, but that's because he was interfered with. So that should give Logansport a 1st down, depending on where the spot occurred. They're actually going to spot it. But it's going to be defensive pass interference on McCutcheon. But again, I like the play call. With your backup tight end, you still throw the ball to him.
I was going to say the same thing. You know, against teams like this, I think the Berries are better off to throw it more. I don't think we can run the ball as well against these teams, but we got guys who can catch it, and we've got athletic quarterbacks who can get out in the flat and throw. So I like it. And, Goody, a player with good size. He's a stocky kid, too, and he can catch the ball.
So it's a 15-yard penalty on pass interference. Gives Logansport first and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Babcock rolls out to the left. He's got a little bit of time. Now he's under heavy pressure. Puts it up for grabs, and it is almost intercepted. As Andrew Miller was in a position, I think Babcock was trying to throw it away, but unfortunately for him, he kept it in the field of play, but that will go into the books as a harmless incompletion. That could have been disastrous for the Berries.
Pretty good job by the Berries offensive line, though, to hold that defense off for a while, and Babcock moves pretty well in the pocket, so have to be more careful, but I like what they're doing.
I do too. Got to give credit to the McCutcheon secondary that time, as there was nobody open, as Steve Isaac said. The offensive line did give Babcock time to throw, just couldn't find any open receivers. Credit McCutcheon with some good coverage, but the incomplete pass gives the Berries second down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Clock stop, 10:57 to go here in the second quarter. Berries down 7-0. Now Miles Dungy back in the lineup. Gets the handoff across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. Andrew Miller makes the stop for McCutcheon. 3-yard pickup on second down for Dungy. We'll make it third down and 7 as Jamie Babcock brings in the play call from Coach Johnson. So a big play here for this Logansport offense. They moved, as we mentioned, they moved the ball a little bit on that last position. Now Jacob Cox, a lot of ice on that right knee, and he's really struggling to move to get around. So injury a little bit more serious than we thought. Now the snap is dropped by Babcock. He picks it up. He's able to turn something into nothing into something, get about a half yard. But I think Coach Johnson feels compelled to punt the ball away, and he will do so on this one. And again, it's a little thing, but just not being able to handle that snap cost the Berries there on this possession.
Yeah, that's the second time this game. There's a play earlier where he tripped over a guy. So, those things are really crucial in a game like this. They're going to continue to move the ball.
Now we're going to get a stoppage of play, a timeout called by Coach Johnson and the Berries with 9:52 to go here in the first half. 7-0 McCutcheon on top. And I'm sure he's not rethinking his decision to punt the ball away. But as you mentioned, Steve, that last punt, McCutcheon very nearly got a block on it. So Coach Johnson probably figures, I got to use these 3 timeouts eventually. Might as well use one right here, make sure we get our blocking scheme set up properly.
Yeah, Coach Kripe, Coach Johnson, both out there talking to the special teams. And, you definitely don't want to give McCutcheon good field position again.
Diversified General Credit Union makes banking easy with all of the services they offer. They can also get you, back in the game. If you've suffered being blacklisted from opening a checking account or have credit dings, go see Diversified General Federal Credit Union, where they help more people every day. We are your financial family. Member NCUA. So Mario Perez in punt formation. McCutcheon sends Bryson McGee and Caden Rice back. They're standing inside their 25-yard line. We'll see what the coaching staff came up with just to make sure they got their blocking situated, give Perez time to put his big right foot into this punt. Snap is good. Protection is excellent. And Perez gets off a nice punt. Calling for a fair catch. Not calling for the fair catch is McGee, and he's got some running around the left side. 25, 30, 35, 40. Breaks a tackle across midfield. Man. Mario Perez comes up to make the stop, though. Nice job by Perez. Maybe the best tackle we've seen all season from Mario Perez, and he gets up, fired up. You never want to see your punter have to make a tackle on a punt return, but Perez did a nice job that time, probably saved a touchdown.
Yeah, we've talked about Perez's size in the past. He's built like a linebacker, so Rosie and another player I didn't catch almost made the tackle way back here about the 28-yard line and got all the way out to the other side on the 45, so nice to have a kicker who can make tackles.
Yep, and you wonder if those 2 guys that were close maybe thought it was going to be a fair catch and maybe eased up at the very end. Unfortunately for the Berries, it cost them. And McCutcheon in great starting field position at the Logansport 45-yard line. Now Williams will keep the ball and hand it off to Salazar, who falls forward for about a yard, but a good stop that time. Dante Darden in on the stop for the Berries. So give him 1. Second down and 9. Man, this Berries defense is more than holding its own so far.
Yeah, they have in Williams. He sells that fake so well. It's easy to get faked out on as he's just standing back there in the pocket.
Second down and 9. McCutcheon has it at the Logansport 45-yard line as we approach 9 minutes to play first quarter. The Mavericks on top of the Berries 7-0. Now Williams under center. Looks like he's changing the play call. Now Salazar in motion to the right. He'll get the handoff. Brings it, cuts it up the middle. Maybe falls forward for a yard. And Coach Johnson cheers his defense on as he steps out close to the numbers. But this Logansport defense has been very well, acquitted itself quite well in these first 2 plays.
Yeah, they have it. About 6 guys in on that tackle, just a big old swarm nailing them as they tried to go up the middle.
So a big 3rd down here, 3rd down and 8. McCutcheon has it just outside the Logansport 43-yard line. They need to get it close to the 36, so about an 8-yard pickup is necessary for McCutcheon to keep this drive alive, probably in 4-down territory on the Logansport side of the field. Now Williams rolls out to the left, got a lot of time. The pass is incomplete. Good coverage that time from Jamie Babcock, as the pass was a little bit too far in front of Drew Davis, but Babcock with good coverage, and it is 4th down. And how about this, Steve Isaacs? Looks like McCutcheon is going to send out the punt unit, and that shows you how much McCutcheon respects this job the Berries defense has done so far.
Man, we wondered, how in a big game like this, how this Berries defense would do, but man, I think they're continuing to get better as this game goes along, and they've got to be getting some confidence and thinking, you know what, maybe we can beat this McCutcheon team.
Especially when you figure McCutcheon started the possession in Logansport territory. They were only able to gain 1.5 yards in 2 plays.
Impressive.
So Foster to punt it away. A good kick that time from Foster. Colton Rosie will call for the fair catch and make it at the 10-yard line. So a good punt that time for Foster, and a good job by Colton Rosie to secure it at the 10-yard line. So a long field for Logansport. 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line with 8 minutes and 10 seconds to play. As the sun is slowly setting on this spectacular last Friday night of the summer, as autumn begins 1 week from today, I believe, Steve Isaacs. September 22nd is the autumnal equinox. 12 hours daylight, 12 hours a night. 1 week from today, and homecoming against Richmond next Friday here at Berry Stadium.
I'm totally on board with that, but does that mean that winter is just around the corner? I don't even want to think about that yet.
Yeah, but that means basketball season too. So with the bad comes the good.
Yes.
1st and 10 for the Berries. They have it at their own 10-yard line, down 7-0. 8:10 to go here in the first half. And now Crow will keep it on the option on the left side. He's got some running room across the 15. Still on his feet is Crow out near the 18-yard line. Nice play on 1st down for the Berries. 8-yard pickup that time. He had the option to pitch that one to McLaughlin, but Crow saw some running room inside and took full advantage of it.
Man, I like that. We saw that a little bit last week against Tech. I'd like to see him run that play more often.
Yeah, and just the athleticism of Elijah Crow.
Yeah.
He's just getting better and better, not only with each week, but with each possession, it seems. 2nd down and 2 for the Berries. They have it at their own 18-yard line. 7 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the second quarter, beg your pardon. McCutcheon on top, 7-0. Wilson in motion. Now handoff is inside, and not much running in that time for Dungy, but he may have gotten enough of the 1st down. We'll see where the officials spot the ball, and they will give him 1st down.
All right.
Pickup of 2 for Dungy. So that's the luxury of getting 8 yards on 1st down. Sets up a very second and manageable as Superintendent Starkey is excited and high-fives the fans in front of her on that 1st down. So the Berries are more than holding their own so far, and now they've got to try to continue to put some good plays together and try to get on the scoreboard. Down just 7-0 with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Now Crow option to the right. He'll keep it himself. Not a lot of running room, but he does break a tackle and spin his way for about 3 yards out to the 23-yard line. We'll make it 2nd down and 7. McCutcheon did a much better job defending the option that time, but Crow's still able to get some positive yardage out of the play.
Yeah, that one cutting on the inside. More bodies around, but still good idea.
2nd down and 7. As the scoreboard said 2nd and 5. I almost said 2nd and 5. Good thing they changed it for us. 6 minutes and 25 seconds to play, second quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Berries have it 2nd down and 7 at their own 23-yard line. Oscar Grimaldo split out wide to the left. Dustin Wilson in motion. He'll get the handoff. Right up the gut is Dustin Wilson, and he may have gotten a half a yard, but probably nope. They're going to spot him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So it sets up a 3rd and 7, and this is a tough spot for Coach Johnson. The Berries, he wants to try and get the 1st down, but you can't afford to have a turnover this deep in your own territory.
Yeah, maybe roll one of the quarterbacks out here, see if he can take a shot down the field or possibly even, run on that and maybe use that bubble screen play that they used early in the game.
It's Elijah Crow in at quarterback with Grimaldo split out wide to the right. McLaughlin in motion. They'll roll Crow out to the right side. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be brought down from behind. He just couldn't find an open receiver. Cameron Eads makes the stop. He was looking down deep for the deep ball to Dustin Wilson, but he was well covered. and the sack will force the Berries into a punting situation. Got about a half yard on that one, so won't go in the record books as an official sack. It'll be 4th down and a 6 for Logansport, and Mario Perez to punt it away from deep in his own territory. As McCutcheon has a couple of return men, Rice and McGee, inside their 45-yard line. So Perez awaits the snap. It's a good snap this time, and good blocking, and Perez didn't quite get all of it, and now calling for a fair catch is Caden Rice at the 48-yard line. Now spot him right at the 49-yard line, so Perez is shaking his head as he comes to the sidelines. He knows he didn't get all of it, but no return on that one. But McCutcheon with great starting field position at their own 49-yard line.
And the way this Berries defense has played so far, that's not a bad spot, really. So just got to keep it going.
4 minutes, 55 seconds to play here in the first half. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Mavericks have it 1st down and 10 at their own 49-yard line as Coach Platt and Trainer Tom still looking at Jacob Cox, who remains on the bench with that right knee injury. Now low snap. Williams, though, is able to come up with it. Pass is thrown out there. It is Colton Rosie.
Nice.
Almost broke it up, and the pass was dropped as David Salazar had it in his hands for a touchdown, but he dropped it incomplete.
Yeah, Rosie jumped just to this side of him. If Salazar could have brought it in, he might have scored on that one, but, and Rosie giving up quite a bit of size on that, too.
Yep. But Rosie, at the very least, to putting that big paw up there, got in the eyesight of Salazar, forced the incomplete pass. 2nd down and 10. Logan McCutcheon has it at their own 49-yard line. 4:49 to play here, second quarter. McCutcheon took the opening kick 43 yards to take a 7-0 lead. That's been the only scoring so far tonight. 2nd down and 10 for the Mavericks. Williams in the shotgun, back to pass. He's got a lot of time. Now he almost got hit from behind. Pass is going to be complete. Grimaldo will make the stop, but Keldon Tyson with the catch down to the 33-yard line. 18-yard pickup on that play. So credit that offensive line, giving Williams all sorts of time to throw the football there.
Yeah, that Berry line getting some pressure at the very end, but he was able to get the ball off just in time.
McCutcheon has it 1st down and 10 at the Logansport 33-yard line. Clock running, 4:25 to go, second quarter. McCutcheon up 7-0. Now the handoff, I believe that is Bennett. Austin Bennett to about the 31, only a pickup of 2 yards, so good play by that Logansport defense. 2nd down and 8. So big possession here for the Berries. We said it against Harrison, if they could go in just down 7-0, it would be a big boost for them. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that, but hopefully they can do that tonight here. 3 minutes and 55 seconds to play. First half, McCutcheon on top 7-0. The Mavericks have it 2nd down and 8. Peyton Williams once again in the shotgun for the Mavericks, and the low snap again. Williams able to come up with it. Pass is caught in the in the right flat by Davis. He is knocked out of bounds by Mendez and Babcock. He will be short of the 1st down. A minimal gain to about the 28-yard line, gain of 3 on that 2nd down play. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Mavericks. They need to get to the 24-yard line to get a 1st down. They have it at the Logansport 28-yard line. Clock stopped on the out-of-bounds play. 3:41 to go here in this first half. Once again in the shotgun is Peyton Williams. 2 receivers split out to the left, 1 receiver out to the right, and Bennett in the backfield with Williams. Nope, that's Salazar, not Bennett. He'll kick the handoff around the left side. And nice play by Tucker Platt, who'll bring him down for a loss. Have it at the Berries 29-yard line.
To put pressure on the quarterback, and once again, this Logansport secondary coming up when it really matters.
And McCutcheon with 2 short fields on the last 2 possessions, and they're not able to do much of anything. They just got 1 first down combined on those last 2 possessions. So Logansport takes over on downs, 1st down and 10 at their own 29-yard line with 2:57 to go here in the first half. The Mavericks on top 7-0. McCutcheon will get the ball to start the second half. Crow rolls out to his right, now throws against the grain to Colton Rosie. Rosie had some running room, but a good job pursuing that time by the McCutcheon defense, bringing him down for a loss. As it looked promising at the start, but that pursuing McCutcheon defense was up to the challenge on that play.
I like it, shaking it up a little bit, kind of a type of bubble screen there. But those are the types of plays that could break loose.
And I'm with you, Steve. I think it's a good call for them to open up the playbook and throw a little bit more. As that game against Harrison showed, they just had a hard time opening holes for the running game. And maybe they thought the same thing might happen looking at the game film as they scouted McCutcheon. So they've definitely been more wide open. And even though they don't have any points to show for it, they've had some positive plays here offensively. Now handoff around the left side to Colton Rosie. Breaks the tackle across the 30. Falls to the 31-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout, I believe, by McCutcheon. Let's see. Yep, McCutcheon will take a timeout as they will try to do something with the final 2:06 if they can get a stop here on this possession. With 2:06 to go in the first half, McCutcheon on top 7-0. Diversified General Federal Credit Union believes in second chances. If you're blacklisted from opening a checking account, go see Diversified General Federal Credit Union in Logansport, where they help more people make life a little easier. Remember, NCUA. Just cannot get over this spectacular weather here at Berry Stadium. A little bit warm today, but McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Berries have it 3rd down and 8 at their own 31-yard line with 2 minutes and 6 seconds to play in the second quarter. Crow back to pass under heavy pressure, so he'll put the football down and run, breaks the tackle, but is not able to get much yardage, gains a yard out to the 32. McCutcheon will take another timeout, so that will leave them with 1 timeout remaining. And 1:58 with which to try to do something, as the Berries will be forced to punt it away. And Coach Johnson has his punt unit in front of him, and he's talking to Mario Perez, and I'm sure Mario's saying, "Don't worry, Coach, I'll get you a better one this time."
Yeah, this McCutcheon offense, we know they can move the ball in a hurry, so we want to drive this as far down the field as we can.
As we mentioned, McCutcheon does have 1 timeout left, but not a lot of time remaining here in the first half with 1 minute and 58 seconds to play. Football season also means terror season as haunted houses start to open for Halloween. The Grissom Maze of Terror is better than anything you'll find in this region. Opening in September on the Grissom Aeroplex in Peru. Make plans now to experience the Grissom Maze of Terror. Go to GrissomMazeOfTerror.com for a preview. We thought if the Berries eliminated some mistakes tonight, they'd had a chance to compete with McCutcheon. They've more than done so. A couple of penalties, but other than that, they've not made the big mistake, and they're right here in this football game.
Yeah, they have. They've played well disciplined and, some really good defense. Got to really like what we see out of these Berries.
So Mario Perez set to put his foot into this punt. A couple of McCutcheon return men standing at their own 35-yard line to await this boot from Perez. Good snap. Perez, and he gets a good punt this time, and it turns over on him, and it hits one of the up men. That's a free ball for Logansport.
Wow.
And throwing out is the Berries, and they will take over inside the 45-yard line. Dante Darden with a nice job that time. And I'm not sure what the McCutcheon returners were thinking there. The coaches are saying the same thing as they're out of the numbers, yelling at that return man. They didn't get out of the way. They gave up on it, but one of them turned their back to the punt. I've never seen that before.
And it went right off his foot, rolled about 5 yards or so, and Logansport scooped it up and in great field position here with almost 2 minutes to go here in the first half.
And a good heads-up play by Dante Darden that time. He didn't try to pick it up. He simply fell on the ball and gives the Berries great field position.
Wow.
1st and 10 at the McCutcheon 43-yard line. In motion now is McLaughlin. Rolling out to his left is Babcock. He throws and finds McLaughlin complete. Inside the 40, McLaughlin will get out of bounds. No, they will say that his forward progress was stopped inbounds, so the clock will continue to run down to the 37-yard line. Now the official, okay, they stopped it temporarily, and then we'll wait for the, I know the official right in front of us said to keep running the clock, and that's what the referee is saying, yep. But the timekeeper saw the same thing I saw, Steve. It looked like he was forced out of bounds. So the Berries did save a few seconds on the confusion, so they have it 2nd down and 4 at the McCutcheon 37-yard line. There's 90 seconds to play here in this first half. Crow rolls out to his right. He's got some time, can't find anyone open. Now he'll put the ball down and run. Now throw it out of bounds. Good job that time from Crow. And we get a late flag thrown in the direction where you almost always see holding. We'll have to wait and see. It didn't look like there was a McCutcheon player anywhere near one of those offensive linemen, though. Maybe it's an illegal man downfield on Logansport. We'll have to check and see.
Man, I tell you, Oscar Grimaldo is getting wide open about, 10 to 15 yards past the line of scrimmage. If the quarterbacks could just find him, sometimes it's hard to get away from and get a passing window there. But, man, he just continues to get open with that speed.
So we're going to get illegal man downfield on the Berries, so a 5-yard mark-off takes it back to the 42-yard line. McCutcheon will take the penalty. So it will set up 2nd down and 9. So the good news for the Berries, the down stays the same, and the clock does stop following the penalty and the incomplete pass. 1 minute and 20 seconds to play here in the first half. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Berries have it at the McCutcheon 42-yard line. With Babcock under center, Grimaldo split out wide to the right. Dustin Wilson now in motion. He'll get the pitch out around the right side. And coming up, though, from that linebacker position is Walter Foster to make a nice tackle. As Wilson had a little bit of ringer on that right side, but Foster with great pursuit, bringing him down following a minimal gain of 1 to the 41.
Well, Joe, do you take a shot down the the field here? I sure would.
You have to. With inside of a minute to go in 3rd and 8. As another smoke bomb is set off by the student section. I shouldn't say smoke bomb. I'm not sure what it is, but the clock continues to run as precious seconds tick away here on the Berries late in this first half, down to 40 seconds to go on this 3rd down and 8. Wilson comes in motion to the right. Crow fakes the handoff to him, rolls out to his left. Pass is caught by Tucker Platt.
Nice.
Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Still on his feet is Platt. Still going. Platt is going to be knocked out of bounds close to the 35-yard line. And more importantly, the clock does stop as Platt is out of bounds. So 4th down for the Berries. They'll spot it at the 36, so 4th down and 3 with 27 and a half seconds to go. And Logansport with, I believe, 2 timeouts at their disposal. But first things first, they got to convert here on 4th down. 4th and 3 at the McCutcheon 36-yard line with 27 and a half seconds to go. Grimaldo split out wide to the left. Wilson now comes in motion to the right. And Elijah Crow on the option. He will have the first down inside the 33 down to the 32-yard line. The clock stopped temporarily. And I believe Coach Johnson is going to use one of his 2 remaining timeouts here, which he does with 22 and a half seconds to go. And at the 32-yard line, we're getting close to at least Mario Perez field goal range.
Man, what can you say? I mean, it was a really freak play that put the Berries in this position, but making the best of it and an opportunity to score here with 22 seconds to go. You know, you got a first down, maybe take a couple shots down the field, or do you try to get a little closer by rushing the ball for Perez? But he's got a heck of a boot, so, you know, you got to feel good about your chances of putting some points on the scoreboard before halftime.
And the Berries do have 1 timeout remaining, so they can save that one to set up a field goal if possible with 22 and a half seconds to go. You mentioned that you've seen Grimaldo open a couple of times, so we'll see if the Berries can give their quarterbacks time to find that open Oscar Grimaldo. McCutcheon scored on the opening possession, their opening possession, and we have not had any scoring since then, despite the fact McCutcheon's had several short fields to work with. Hats off to that Berries defense.
And McCutcheon didn't just score; they moved the ball at will 50 yards down the field, and Logansport defense has stepped up.
First down and 10 for the Berries at the McCutcheon 32-yard line, 22 and a half seconds to go. McLaughlin in motion to the left, Babcock back to pass. He's got time this time. Pass is incomplete. Looked like Babcock and Dustin Wilson some miscommunication as Wilson continued down the field. And Babcock was thinking he was going to break that pattern off a little bit sooner. But fortune for the Berries, it falls to the turf incomplete. 2nd down and 10 with 18 and a half seconds to go here in the first half. The Berries on top, Berries trailing 7-0.
And Babcock had time in the pocket that time, too. And Grimaldo, I think, was also open on a post route.
Now Grimaldo splits out to the right this time. McLaughlin in motion. And coming down the line on the option left is Crow. He is brought down right at the line of scrimmage. And I believe Coach Johnson now will take his final timeout with 11.3 seconds to go. So a tough spot here for the Berries with no timeouts to go. They either have to get it out of bounds, or get a touchdown, obviously, or if they are able to get a first down, they'll have to clock the ball immediately. Because I don't think Perez can kick a 50-yard. He's got a strong leg, but this would, from this spot on the field, would be about a 50-yard field goal. But Coach Johnson's taking a look at Mario Perez, and I think he's going to call him out there, Steve. And I think at this point, I think it's their best option with no timeouts to go and only 11 seconds to play. They probably only have time to run one more play anyway, unless they were able to get it out of bounds. But hey, why not?
Hey, if he hits it, you go into halftime, and you get rid of that 0, and you're only down 4. So, worth a shot.
And now Perez is back to the sideline, so maybe Coach Johnson, well, it is It is third down, so they cannot clock the ball if they don't get the first down. So this is they're going to have to get it out of bounds on this one. And now there's all sorts of confusion. They don't have a tailback out there. So Tucker thought they were going to kick the field goal as well, but he's out there. Still 10 seconds to go on the play clock, so plenty of time to get this off. Babcock rolls out to his right. He's under heavy pressure. The pass is going to be intercepted, I believe, by McCutcheon, as the pass was late and behind the intended receiver. And Bryson McGee with the big interception as Grimaldo was out there, but the pass was late and, like we said, behind him just a little bit. And so much for the long field goal attempt for the Berries.
Hey, I like the idea, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I have no problem with that.
Nope, his coach, Grimaldo was right near the sideline. Had they been able to complete the pass, Grimaldo would have been able to get out of bounds, and they would have had time to try a field goal. And we love Mario Perez, and we love that strong leg, but I don't know if he's got a 50-yard field goal in him. So the Bears will more than likely go into half down 7-0 as McCutcheon in possession of the football without a timeout left. The Mavericks will simply take a knee and be content to go into the locker room with a 7-0 lead. And the Berries have to be thrilled, and now you standing ovation from this Logan Sport crowd. And I'm not sure I've ever seen that, Steve, when a team is trailing 7-0 at halftime, get a standing ovation. But this is a well-deserved standing ovation. This Berries team has been outstanding in the first half.
Yeah, they have really well-deserved, and you got to like where you're at going into halftime.
And I love the wide open and the aggressive play calling from Coach Johnson.
Yeah.
I'm not sure McCutcheon was expecting this. Hats off to the Berries. They were able to move the ball. Unfortunately for them, they've just not had great field position. They've had a lot of long fields, but they've been able to move the football.
Yeah, especially here toward the end of the half. So we hope that is a sign of things to come.
So that will do it for the first half here at Berry Stadium. Our halftime score, it's McCutcheon 7, Logan Sport nothing. We'll step aside for a break. When we return, we'll have our Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling halftime show. You're listening to Logan Sport Berries football on WSAL.
Everyone deserves to feel good inside, and the experts at Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling know how to make you feel good inside your home with indoor comfort systems that are inside your budget. Get up to a $1,600 rebate or up to 72 months interest-free financing on a qualifying new Linux system that will keep your comfort up and your utility bills down. Call Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling at 574-753-4538 or visit on the web at charlesamichaelinc.com.
Mike Anderson Auto Group, the largest Chevy dealer in Indiana, knows that great relationships are vital to the growth of businesses and communities. That's why they take such great pride in investing their resources back to Cass County. The Mike Anderson Auto Group employs nearly 400 people. They significantly contribute to the IUK endowment and the practice fields at Houston Park. And they continue to support all Cass County High School athletic programs. We thank you, our valued customers, for making this possible. The Mike Anderson Auto Group, we are Cass County proud.
Alongside Steve Isaacs, Joe Stutz back at Berry Stadium. Welcome to the Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling halftime show here in Logan Sport. The Berries trailing McCutcheon 7-0. And before we go any further, one of our listeners has called us out about a smoke bomb. I guess it's not a smoke bomb. It's some sort of, I'm not saying it's an IED or anything like that. It's a loud thing that goes bang, and then some smoke comes out from under it. I'm not sure what you call it. I'm not much of a pyrotechnic guy, Steve, so help me out if you can, partner.
I don't really know either. It's like a green haze, so.
Okay, well, we're coming up.
Not the green haze you're thinking of. More of a just a colorful thing. So
Okay. Well, Monday is the 47th anniversary of the death of Jimi Hendrix, so very apropos. Maybe that's what the student section is doing, a tribute to the late great Jimi Hendrix. But here on the Charles A. Michael halftime heating and cooling show, the Berries have been outstanding.
A couple penalties earlier in the game. Has played really disciplined football. If you're going to see. passer in the SEC last season. He's averaging 383 yards per game this season. So, Purdue's coach Brom was talking about getting pressure on the quarterback and, maybe even, getting some sacks on them and making it more difficult for Missouri to pass the ball.
And the Indiana Hoosiers originally scheduled to play tomorrow, but because of Hurricane Irma, was it Florida International, I believe, or not able to make the trip. Right. So the Hoosiers were gracious enough to allow that squad to cancel the game so they can get on the path of rebuilding. And the Notre Dame Fighting Irish on the road at Boston College tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like IU is going to be able to reschedule a game against Charleston Southern on October 7th, so they probably won't lose a game off of their schedule and kind of get a bye week at a weird time. And then, Notre Dame, I know a lot of Notre Dame fans aren't too happy. Brian Kelly on the hot seat at this point. What's your thoughts on Notre Dame, Joe? I know you're a diehard Spartans fan, but do you think Irish fans have too high of expectations?
Oh, that's a tough call. I think what did Brian Kelly was that team led by Manti Te'o that had all that success, got to the national championship game against Alabama to lose maybe too much too soon from Brian Kelly. Maybe the fans were expecting that every year. But it's not the same landscape in college football that it used to be when, the glamour programs were Nebraska and Texas and Oklahoma and Notre Dame. Now that the warm weather climates attract these kids and Oregon's suddenly a factor in major college, and Florida State, which weren't a generation ago. So I'm with you. I think maybe the expectations are a little bit too high for Notre Dame. I still think they should be in the Big Ten. But that's just one man's opinion. I know they like the independent and be able to make the money, but the geography and the natural rivals they have with Purdue and Indiana and Michigan and Michigan State, to me it makes sense for them to be in the Big Ten, but that's probably never going to happen.
Yeah, I just think Notre Dame fans have unrealistic expectations. I know I'm friends with a lot of them. I think Brian Kelly has done a phenomenal job there. Are you going to be able to get a coach, better than Brian Kelly to take his spot? I'm not sure about that. It is a high profile job, but not as high profile as about, 15 at least other jobs out there. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens and, see if Notre Dame can, maybe get hot and, all that discussion will be for nothing. But,
And it seems like Boston College and Notre Dame, they always have some memorable games. The one year Rick Meyer, they were undefeated, and Boston College came into South Bend and ruined their undefeated season. It seems like they always play well against Notre Dame.
Kind of a rivalry game to a degree, though, Boston College probably not as competitive as maybe the USC series has been, but, should be interesting, and Notre Dame definitely needs to win that game if they're going to have a successful season.
Yeah, no question. And speaking of not competitive, that summed up the Indianapolis Colts week 1 at Los Angeles. I don't think anyone was surprised that the Colts lost the game in Los Angeles against the Rams, but boy, they just really didn't compete, it sounded like.
Yeah, Scott Tolzien in that game threw 2 interceptions for pick sixes, 128 yards in that game before he got pulled in the fourth quarter. Colts are going to make a move at quarterback this week to Jacoby Brissett. I think they have to. If Andrew Luck's not playing, the Colts aren't going to win a lot of football games. No. I mean, that's the bottom line. And, you put all your eggs in the Andrew Luck basket and you just got to go with it. Hopefully they can stay somewhat competitive. And, Andrew, surgery back in January, hopefully he can heal up and make a return for them. They've got some weapons there. T.Y. Hilton definitely. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens if Luck gets back, to see what the Colts really do have, because honestly, I'm not really sure at this point.
Yeah, I agree. But as always, the AFC South is less than overwhelming. The Houston Texans, despite winning last night, didn't look very good at all. So that's a winnable division, even if Andrew Luck's not able to suit up. But yeah, like you said, they built their team around Andrew Luck, and if he's not there, it's just going to be real tough for the Colts.
And we know how their offensive line has played in the past too. So, I know they have some young guys that they've been, building up the past few years, and we'll see if those guys, hopefully they can hold the line for Brissett this week.
Yep, and the hapless Detroit Lions, winners of one playoff game in the last 60 years, get to show off in front of the nation on Monday Night Football when they play the New York Giants. The status of Odell Beckham Jr. still up in the air. He's as important as luck is at the Colts. Maybe OBJ is just that the Cowboys.
Yeah, I think one Fox Sports analyst said it best that he's the only non-quarterback who's more important to his team than the quarterback. That's probably true. A lot of people kind of counting Eli Manning's his days may be numbered there in New York. But if Beckham can step up big, that may extend Eli's life there in New York.
Yep, and I'm not in the prediction business, but I just got a feeling that the Giants are going to get real healthy come Monday night. But maybe that's 47 years is watching my Detroit Lions lose every. But that's neither here nor there. So here at halftime, it is McCutcheon at 7, Logansport nothing. That will wrap things up here on the Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling halftime show. We'll step aside for one final break here at halftime. When we return, we'll have our third quarter for you here on 12:30 a.m. and 94.9 FM WSAL.
Everyone deserves to feel good inside, and the experts at Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling know how to make you feel good inside your home with indoor comfort systems that are inside your budget. Get up to a $1,600 rebate or up to 72 months interest-free financing on a qualifying new Lennox system that will keep your comfort up and your utility bills down. Call Charles A. Michael Heating and Cooling at 574-753-4538 or visit on the web at charlesamichelinc.com.
At Logansport Memorial Hospital, we're building better health by focusing on the changing needs of the people who call our community home. We're here to provide the services that keep patients well, including women's services, rehab, orthopedics, and more. Maybe that's why, year after year, thousands of patients trust us to help them build a lifetime of incredible health.
Strong bodies start with a strong team, the orthopedics and podiatry team at Logansport Memorial Hospital. Our board-certified surgeons and podiatrists, Dr. Davis, Dr. Ramachandran, and Dr. Labriha, provide access to the care that keeps active bodies in motion, including procedures for traumatic and sports-related injuries, right here in Logansport. So you can stay local and stay active with our physician team at Logansport Memorial Hospital. To schedule your appointment, call 574-722-2663.
We're proud to be by your side, building better health at Logansport Memorial Hospital.
12:30 a.m. and 94.9 FM WSAL. Good evening. One score to pass along to you in local interest. At half, Pioneer leads North White 59-0. You did not hear me wrong. It is 59-0 at half, Pioneer over North White. Let's send it back out to Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs for the second half of Logansport Berries football.
All right, Ben Colston, thank you very much, and thank you for that score update. And Pioneer still has not given up a point this season. Unbelievable. We figured they would have a easy time against North White. 59-0 at half. Wow.
Yeah, I know that is crazily lopsided, but honestly, that's about what we expected.
So here, what we were hoping for, at least, was a competitive game. We thought the Berries, based on what they did last week against Indianapolis Tech, would have some confidence to get a tough conference win on the road. And hopefully that would translate into some good play against McCutcheon. It certainly has been the case. They are down, but down just 7-0 after McCutcheon scored on their first possession of the night. The Berries defense has kept them off the scoreboard. And now the Berries will kick the ball away to start this third quarter. Mario Perez, we've seen him with a number of touchbacks throughout the season, and this is a huge, huge opportunity for the Berries to get some field position and flipped in their favor if Perez can get a touchback and this defense can continue to play well. But halftime is all about adjustments. So what adjustments does McCutcheon make against this very inspired Berries defense? We'll wait and see.
It seems like McCutcheon had more success running the ball early in the game. We'll see if they rely on that a little more here in the second half.
And Perez gets a good foot into this, and I'll say he gets a touchback as it's halfway out of the back of the end zone. So 5 yards deep into the end zone, Mario Perez. So that is part one of what we were hoping for in terms of field position, a touchback, setting up McCutcheon at their own 20. And now it's up to the Berries defense, especially if they can get a 3-and-out and try and get this good field position back here. 7-0. Logansport trails McCutcheon just underway here in this third quarter. And in case you missed it, a halftime score from Royal Center, Pioneer 59, North White nothing. The number one Panthers will probably remain number one in single A. if they can hold on, which you would certainly expect that to be the case. So the Mavericks first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Williams in the shotgun. Two receivers split out wide to his left. Bennett, the setback behind him. Williams back to pass. The pass is complete and breaking a tackle and a first down and more. 35 out of bounds, close to the 40-yard line. That was Isaac Angstadt with the pass and run out to the 37-yard line. So a big play on first down, and I think the Mavericks realize how important field position has been to them tonight, and they want to continue to have the advantage.
Yeah, that was probably their worst field position of the night, don't you think?
By far.
So, but it didn't take them long to get out by the 40-yard line.
That's for sure. One play, and they're right in great field position once again at their own 37-yard line. Clock stopped as Angstadt went out of bounds. 11:51 to go, third quarter. McCutcheon on top, 7-0. Now a low snap once again. Williams, though, is able to pick it up, and he's going to fall forward for about a yard, but a good stop over there by Riley Hirschberger. Only a gain of 1. We've seen a number of low snaps from that shotgun formation for the Mavericks. Fortunately for them, it's not resulting in any turnovers, but boy, they're living dangerously on those slow snaps.
Yeah, they sure are.
Second down and 9 for the Mavericks. They have it at their own 38-yard line. Clock running, 11:25 to go, third quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. Second down and 9 for the Mavericks. Williams once again in the shotgun. Snap, he'll keep it himself. Good trickeration that time as he faked the handoff to Bennett, but he was only able to get a yard out to the 39-yard line. And again, this Bears defense just doing a great job against the run.
Yeah, Tucker Platt all over him on that play. Babcock in on the tackle.
So this is a huge play here early in the third quarter. Third down and 8. If the Bears can get a stop and force a punt, they maybe get decent field position because they've just not had great field position other than that last possession right before half following the turnover by McCutcheon. So third down and 8 for the Mavericks at their own 39-yard line. Williams once again in the shotgun. This time it's a good snap. He does have time to throw. Puts it out there. The pass is going to be caught, I believe, by Angstadt as that one was thrown perfectly. And Elijah Crow just never able to look back to the football. He was in pretty good coverage, but he never saw the ball. Yeah,
he was step for step with him all the way down the field, but just not able to knock it away.
And what a pass that time from Peyton Williams. Scott Tolzien wishes he could throw a pass that good. That was outstanding down to the 27-yard line. That's a big play on third down for McCutcheon. So just like that, they are in Logansport territory at the 27-yard line. First down and 10. Williams once again in the shotgun formation with two receivers out to the left. Angstadt split out wide to the right. And this time Bennett will get the handoff inside the 25 down to the 22, gain of 5 on that play. Second down and 5. So we've seen the Berries come up big all night long in the red zone. They're going to have to do it one more time.
And when you have the ability to take shots down the field like that, it can really open up your run offense. So, McCutcheon just mixing it up with all their weapons at this point.
10:05 to go, third quarter. McCutcheon 7, Logansport nothing. The Mavericks, though, with an impressive drive here starting this third quarter. Have it 2nd and 5 at the Logansport 22-yard line. Williams in the shotgun formation. Back to pass. He's got good protection. He's got a man wide open down the right side. It is caught for a touchdown. And that is caught by Keldon Tyson, 85, not 35. So 22-yard touchdown. He's just a junior. So the Berries and the rest of the North Central Conference are going to have to deal with him for another year and a half. Soto with the point after touchdown. It is up and it is good. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It is McCutcheon 14 and Logansport nothing. So the Mavericks, just like they did to start the game, their first possession to score a touchdown, their first possession of the second half, and a touchdown.
But the way this Berries defense rebounded in the first half, hopefully they can do the same type of thing. The guy hit in the mouth, but what do you do after you get hit in the mouth?
Diversified General Credit Union makes banking easy with all of the services they offer. They can also get you, back in the game. If you've suffered being blacklisted from opening a checking account or have credit dings, go see Diversified General Federal Credit Union, where they help more people every day. We are your financial family. Member NCUA. So we talked about halftime being a game of adjustments. McCutcheon certainly figured they'd try to throw the ball to the perimeter, and great success that time. 3 big passes and that 22-yard touchdown pass to Keldon Tyson, and the Mavericks up 14-0. But like you said, now how do the Berries respond? We saw the wheels fall off the cart in that second half against Harrison. Coach Johnson, the Berries definitely don't want to see that again tonight. Foster puts his foot into it, but we get a stoppage of play. I don't think.
Well, there is a drone over the top of the field, and I believe that is they're trying to get rid of the drone.
Okay. Well, how about that? We had a smoke bomb that wasn't a smoke bomb, and it was not an IED either, from what I was told. But now we have a drone. I see Athletic Director Brian Strong on the walkie-talkie, on the two-way communication, looking up. First, I was thinking it was lightning, which is certainly would have been not good. But a drone's not good either. So we are not kidding, ladies and gentlemen. There is an actual drone above Berry Stadium. How about that? I've been watching football a long time. I've never seen that before.
Welcome to the 21st century, Joe.
There you go. And now
as it went behind us, can you see?
I believe as I will try to step out and don't see a drone. We see some kids looking out. Hey, where's the drone? Out there. That's where the drone is. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your drones away from the football.
That's right. Jonathan Moss is trying to help me out, but the McCutcheon broadcast crew have asked them to stay out of their line of sight. So Foster now will try it again, a high end-over-end kick. Rosie, though, will field it on the dead run at about the 10-yard line. They'll set up a return to the left. And Rosie's got some running across the 20, across the 25-yard line before he is finally knocked out of bounds.
If the Berries are able to make a miraculous comeback, we might have drones at all the games.
There you go. So, yep, this could be certainly something they'll talk about forever. Remember that late September night when the Berries were down 14-0 and the drone came and changed everything. We'll see. Kind of like the power outage at the Super Bowl.
I was thinking, yeah.
Unfortunately, the 49ers could not pull off the victory, and now it's just a simple footnote in history. So the Berries will take over 1st and 10. Following the drone at their own 27-yard line with 9:44 to play. McLaughlin in motion to the left. Now Elijah Crowe will send him back to that right wing back position. Now McLaughlin again in motion to the left. He'll get the handoff, and he's got some running room. Across the 35. He'll be close to the first down. He will have the first down, and the best run of the night for Drake McLaughlin. And credit that offensive line again for the Berries, as McLaughlin with a nice hole, and he took full advantage of it with a 12-yard gain. 1st down and 10 for the Berries, so at least initially their offense responds to that big McCutcheon drive.
Yeah, McLaughlin had a big game against Frankfurt earlier in the season. We know that he's got the wheels. Nice to see him break loose a play there.
1st down and 10 for the Berries as Goodman remains at tight end. Jacob Cox remains on the bench with that right knee injury. Handoff around the right side to Dustin Wilson. Breaks a tackle, spins out of another one, and he's got a nice gain on 1st down, does Dustin Wilson, out to the 43-yard line. Pickup of 4 on 1st down. 2nd down and 6. A little bit of buzz in the crowd following the drone incident.
Yeah.
So there's Max Weatherwax down there. No, it's not Max. He assures he's one of the law enforcement personnel talking to him, and Max is like, no, it wasn't me. So the officer says, good enough, sir, and on they go. So 2nd down and 6 for Logansport. They have it at their own 43-yard line. 8:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Berries down 14-0. And McLaughlin with another nice run around the left side. He's going to be just short of the 1st down, but a 4-yard pickup for McLaughlin, who will set up 3rd down and about a yard for the Berries. So we'll see what Logansport chooses to do on short yardage situation. As McCutcheon will put 8 or 9 men in the box. We'll see if the Berries maybe trying to trick them, and maybe with a pass run option with Babcock. Especially, McCutcheon's going to commit an awful lot of people to a run inside, you would think. So we'll see if that influences the play call of Coach Johnson on this 3rd down and a yard for Logansport at their own 48-yard line on a big possession for the Berries as they try and get back into this football game. Hand off to Miles Dungy. He'll have a 1st down more, and that offense find something, at least initially, in the blocking scheme up front, because they've had a lot of holes here in this first drive.
I tell you, McCutcheon had like 8 guys in the box and looked like they were ready to blitz, and Logansport did a great job, blocked them, and once again, Dungy continues to put together positive runs.
Yep, they got that 1st down with plenty to spare, all the way down to the McCutcheon 46-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Berries. Elijah Crowe now hands off to McLaughlin on the left side. Another good hole for McLaughlin, and bounces it outside. Down to the 42-yard line goes McLaughlin. Another impressive gain of 4 yards on that play. Caden Rice on the stop for McCutcheon. But the Berries 2nd down and 6. As we're down to 7:25 to go, 3rd quarter. McCutcheon scored on the first possession of the game for them, and the first possession here in this 3rd quarter to take a 14-0 lead. But the Berries have put together a nice drive of their own. Have taken it all the way to the McCutcheon 42-yard line. The Berries really need to cash it in to get this back to a 1-possession game. Now an inside handoff to Dustin Wilson And not a lot of running room that time, as he was a nice ankle tackle that time from Adam Jeffries. Looked like there was a little bit of a hole, but that tackle right at the line of scrimmage brings up 3rd down and 6. So.
Yeah, McLaughlin with 18 yards rushing on 3 carries in this drive. If he continues to do that, he's going to be getting a lot more carries.
So Elijah Crow brings in the play call this time from Coach Johnson. 3rd down and 6. The Berries have it at the McCutcheon 42-yard line. Grimaldo split out wide to the left. McLaughlin in motion. He'll get the handoff. Fumbles the football. I think he's able to recover it. And that time McLaughlin, I think, was trying to look at the hole before he secured the handoff. Loss of 2 back to the 44-yard line. Fortunately for the Berries, he was able to fall on it. But that ends an impressive drive from the Berries. And just another little mistake, unfortunate for Logan Sport. It would have been tough for them to get it on 3rd and 6 anyway, but you dropped the ball, no chance.
And I like playing the hot hand there.
Absolutely.
But McLaughlin, just a sophomore, what a heads-up play. Bring his fumble back in.
So Perez in punt formation. We've seen him pin McCutcheon deep one time before. Snap is a little bit hot, but Perez is able to get it. And it's a high, wobbly kick. Calling for a fair catch, and unfortunately is going to take a McCutcheon bounce all the way down to the back to the 26-yard line where Steve Mendez downs it. So not what Mario Perez was hoping, but still not bad starting field position for this Berries defense. McCutcheon has it at their own 26.
Yeah, this is the 2nd straight possession. They've pinned McCutcheon deep, but no problems on the last possession. So Logan Sport defense just has to step up here.
Diversified General Federal Credit Union believes in second chances. If you're blacklisted from opening a checking account, go see Diversified General Federal Credit Union in Logansport, where they help more people make life a little easier. Diversified General Federal Credit Union, your financial family member, and CUA. Now handoff around the left side to Salazar. Breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. Still on Salazar all the way. Aggressive run on 1st down for David Salazar. The Berries had him wrapped up near the line of scrimmage. But some determined running, and Coach Johnson not happy with his tackling there on that. He's out near the numbers. Yelling at that defense.
Yeah, they've been pretty tough up the middle so far this game, so nice run in there by Salazar.
The ball spotted at the 38-yard line of McCutcheon. 1st and 10 for the Mavericks. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. McCutcheon 14, Logan Sport nothing. Now Williams hands off to Salazar around the left side across the 40, out to the 43-yard line. Give him 5 on that 1st down carry. 2nd down and 5. And now McCutcheon's play calling really has Logan Sport on its heels, as the Berries probably gearing up to stop the pass following that impressive first drive in this 2nd half. And so far, McCutcheon with a couple of nice runs, and they've gotten a lot of yardage on those first 2 plays. 2nd and 5, McCutcheon has it at their own 43-yard line. 4 minutes, 44 seconds to play, 3rd quarter. McCutcheon on top, 14-0. Peyton Williams in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out wide to the left, a low snap. He will keep it himself across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. Looks like Steve Mendez in on the stop there. So it will set up 3rd down and 2 for McCutcheon. And again, we've seen a lot of low snaps out of the shotgun.
Yeah,
but McCutcheon has not hurt him so far. So a big 3rd down here for this Berries defense. 3rd and a long 2 for McCutcheon. They need to get it to the 48-yard line for the 1st down. And McCutcheon taking a lot of time situation as we are inside of 4 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Williams under center on this possession, hands off to Davis. He will have the 1st down. Ball is on the ground. Dungy is near it. I believe Logan Sport comes up with it, and they do. Great job defensively that time by the Berries. And it is, beg your pardon, it is Steve Mendez to come up with the fumble recovery.
Nice.
So nice job by Steve Mendez. He was playing with a heavy heart tonight. Steve Eisen says he lost a fish this past week, but that's got to make him feel a little bit better.
Yeah, we talked about if Logan Sport could get a big break, and that's a decent one, getting the ball around the 50-yard line, you stop that McCutcheon drive, and now you have an opportunity here to try to put the ball in the end zone and make a drive.
So it's the 2nd McCutcheon turnover of the night. Both times the Berries have gotten the ball in McCutcheon territory. The first time, though, they simply ran out of time at the end of the 1st half, but they've got plenty of time here. 3:50 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 of the McCutcheon 48-yard line. Colton Rosie in motion to the left, gets the pitch to the left side. He tries to break a tackle, but he is brought down for a loss back in Logan Sport territory, as Dustin Wilson was trying to get a block on the edge, but good play by McCutcheon to bring Rosie down, and he comes out favoring that right arm. You hope maybe it's just a stinger. as he went down hard on that right shoulder. But he's in a lot of pain as he is getting looked at by trainer Tom on the sidelines. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13. But one thing Coach Johnson told us before the season even started, despite the small stature of Colton Rose, he's a tough kid, and so he's shown that throughout the course of this early season. But he's in a little bit of pain on the sideline, but it looks like that they're looking at that right shoulder a little bit. Now Drake McLaughlin gets a handoff around the left side, spins out of one tackle. Another nice run around the left side from McLaughlin. Gets those 3 yards back, so they're back to the original line of scrimmage at the 48-yard line, which will set up 3rd down and 10.
Man, I like what I see out of him.
Absolutely. And so you wonder if it's 4-down territory. I'm sure if they get some decent yardage here on 3rd down, it's going to make Coach Johnson's decision very tough on 4th down, especially the way his defense has played tonight. You may not mind giving up a short field the way they've held up so far tonight. First things first, though, 3rd down and 10 for the Berries at the McCutcheon 48-yard line. Babcock rolls out to his right. Protection breaks down. Now he'll take off and run. He is inside the 45, still on his feet, down to about the 42-yard line. So that will set up 4th down and 4. And I don't think there's any decision to make here. 4th and 4 at this spot. I don't think the Berries have to go for it. And Coach Johnson is talking to Crow, so they're giving every indication that they are going to go for it. So Elijah Crow gets the play call. So a huge play here late in this 3rd quarter. 2 minutes to play in quarter number 3. McCutcheon 14, Logansport nothing. The Berries have a 4th down and 4 at the McCutcheon 42-yard line. They need to get to the 38. Goodman now shifts over to the right side of the formation. Grimaldo split out wide to the right. Dustin Wilson in motion. Now Elijah Crow on the option. We'll pitch it out to Dustin Wilson. They'll have the first down to the 37-yard line.
What a play.
And Elijah Crow saw that he did not have any room inside, pitched it outside to Wilson immediately, and Wilson did a great job doing the rest.
Man, and this Logansport crowd comes to life as this offense is starting to pick up some steam.
Well, that's a gutsy play call, too. 4th and 4 to go, option on the right, but I completely support the decision. As we've got Dave Packard trying to get a hold of us. I'm not sure what for. We certainly always love to hear from Dave. Wish he could be here with us. Babcock back to pass. Puts it up for grabs. It's going to be underthrown. And there's some contact, but pass perhaps deemed uncatchable. So the pass is incomplete. 2nd down and 10. So what's going on, partner?
Well, it looks like you can watch this football game on the LHS YouTube page, and you can listen to Joe Stetz, the Sassy Spartan, and myself.
Okay, well, they can't see us, though, can they? Because I got a face for radio, so I don't want to blow that. That's the only reason I got this gig, so I certainly don't want to lose that. 2nd down and 10. Logansport has it at the McCutcheon 37-yard line. 1 minute and 14 seconds to play here in this 3rd quarter. McCutcheon on top, 14-0. McLaughlin in motion on the left, gets the pitcher out around the left side, breaks the tackle inside the 35, down to the 33. Foster on the stop that time. Foster a little slow getting up that time, but he's a tough customer. Looks like he's favoring that left ankle ever so slightly. Let's check on his status. He's going to go right back to the huddle and stay in there, but a nice gain on 2nd down for the Berries down to the 33. We'll set up 3rd down and a 6. We're inside of 1 minute to play here in this 3rd quarter. McCutcheon 14, Logansport nothing. A big 3rd down for the Berries. 3rd and 6. They need to get it to the 27 to get the first down. Babcock under center. Wilson in motion to the right. Handoff inside to Dungy. We get a flag on the play. Maybe not a bad thing for the Berries, as that play was going absolutely nowhere. But it's going to be against Logansport. It looks like 5 yards marched off for illegal procedure against the Berries. At least that was the call from the side judge, and that is the call from the official. So, again, not what the Berries wanted, but that 3rd down and 6 handoff up the middle of Dungy was going nowhere. So the Berries do get a chance to live another down, but now it's 3rd down and 11, and much more difficult situation to pick up. As the 5-yard mark-off takes it back to the 38-yard line of McCutcheon. Elijah Crow, Oscar Grimaldo now into the huddle for the Berries. Still 15 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time for the Berries to get this snapped. But Crow does hustle them up to the line of scrimmage. Now Goodman shifts over to the left side of the formation. Down to 4 on the play clock. And the ball is snapped. Crow rolls out to his right. He does have a little bit of time. Now he throws it to Grimaldo, but it is incomplete. He was well covered out there on the right side. Bryson McGee all over for Grimaldo. Not a bad decision that time from Elijah Crow. Sometimes an incomplete pass is not a bad play.
Yeah, you're still in a good spot. If you're going to beat a team like McCutcheon, it's just going to come down and we're going to have to make a big play here at some point. The defense has done an excellent job. The offense is moving the ball, but at some point you got to make that big play or, continue to move the ball down there. So, like what we see, McCutcheon's a tough team. They're going to be hard to put away here.
Yeah, that's a great point, partner. Like I said, you got to make a big play, and here it is. 4th down and 11 at the McCutcheon 38-yard line. Wilson in motion to the right. Babcock will roll out to his left.
Oh, nice.
He will keep it himself. He's inside the 35-yard line, but he is going to be stopped well short of the first down, as he just ran out of real estate over there on the short side of the field. So McCutcheon will take over late in the third quarter. 4.6 seconds. Step aside for a break. Before fourth quarter on WSAL.
Hello, this is Todd Reed from North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center. Your friends and neighbors come to us with a problem. We offer them a solution that eliminates the problem or lessens its effect on their lives. Do you have a problem with your back, hip, shoulder, knee, or just walking? We at North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center have a solution for you. Call us at 737-7404.
Since 1934, Security Federal Savings Bank has served Cass County. When you bank with us, you get excellent financial service, and you help us to support the community too. Hi, I am Tammy Helvey, Logansport Branch Manager. I want to thank our customers for their business. It's because of you that we are able to give back to the Logansport High School groups, including the athletic department, Logansport dance team, after prom, and many more. We're proud to sponsor the Logansport Berries.
Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Steve Isaacs. Joe Stats back at Berry Stadium. We are underway in this fourth quarter. Well, not underway yet. We're about to be underway. 2nd down and 7 for McCutcheon. They have it at their own 36-yard line, up 14-0. 2 receivers to the short side, to the right side. 1 receiver out to the left. Williams in the shotgun. Another low snap. Williams rolls out to his right. He's got a man open. The pass is low, but it is caught by Bennett. Nice job by Austin Bennett, fielding it just a few inches off the ground, out to the 41-yard line. So we'll set up. I'm going to give him close to the 42-yard line, actually out to the 42. So 3rd down and 1, 3rd and short. So a big spot for this Berries defense. I think McCutcheon hits 4-down territory, even if they come up short, unless they lose a significant amount of yards on this 3rd down play. So a big stop, a big opportunity for the Berries, though, nonetheless, on 3rd down and 1. 11:25 to go here in this fourth quarter. Williams will keep it himself on the quarterback sneak. He did not get much, but didn't need much of the first down. They'll actually give him forward progress out to about the 44-yard line. So 1st down and 10 for McCutcheon. So the Mavericks get a new series of downs. But for the Berries to have any chance to win this football game, I don't think they can give up any more points. Having to score 14 here in this fourth quarter is going to be a tall enough order.
Yeah, Logansport offense just hasn't moved quick enough down the field to score a lot of points, but, possibly you get a turnover.
Yep, we'll see. The Berries have forced a couple of turnovers, but unfortunately McCutcheon's defense has stiffened up on both occasions to keep the Berries off the scoreboard, down 14-0. Now handoff around the left side to Bennett. He's across midfield into Logansport territory. He's down close to the 48-yard line. They will, in fact, will give him forward progress down to the 47-yard line. 9-yard pickup on 1st down. So this Logansport defense starting to wear down ever so slightly as McCutcheon has moved the ball well here on this drive. 2nd down and a yard at the 47-yard line of Logansport. Clock running, 10 minutes, 20 seconds to play fourth quarter. Logansport trailing McCutcheon 14-0. A big series here for the Berries to try and keep McCutcheon off the scoreboard and keep this a 2-possession game. Now quarterback draw out of the shotgun is Williams. He'll have the 1st down and more inside the 45, inside the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line. Big game that time for Williams, and another McCutcheon 1st down. So the Berries, Coach Johnson again out to the numbers, cheering on his defense, trying to get one more stop. And you wonder, Steve, with a lot of the momentum going against the Berries, they do have 3 timeouts left. Now, do you want to save them, but do you maybe think about calling a timeout on this drive just to try to slow the momentum down?
Yeah, I don't think I would, but I can definitely see where it could be a good idea.
Phoebus in motion to the right. They fake the handoff to him. Williams back to pass. He's got plenty of time. Grimaldo out there in coverage, and he breaks up the pass. Nice job that time from Grimaldo, as that was outstanding coverage by Oscar Grimaldo.
And Oscar's got great hands and some good height. He could have brought that one in very easily.
Yeah, well, now we have another form of an IED. No smoke this time, just confetti after that. So, and no drone. So that's certainly good news. 2nd down and 10 for McCutcheon at the Logansport 38-yard line. McCutcheon on top, 14-0, 9:38 to go here. Quarter number 4. Williams in the gun, 2 receivers to the left and 2 receivers out to the right. With Bennett the lone setback to his left. Williams back to pass. Pass is caught that time. First down and more. Inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. That was Keldon Tyson on the reception. There were a couple of Maverick receivers out in the neighborhood. A lot of times that's disastrous when you have 2 receivers in the same spot, but McCutcheon's able to get a first down to the 25-yard line. We've seen the Berries with some good red zone defense. Even though McCutcheon's not in the red zone, they're knocking on that red zone door.
Yeah.
The Berries really need to keep them out of the end zone. Here with 9:15 to go in this 4th quarter, the Berries down 14-0. But the Mavericks have put together a very nice drive here in the opening stages of this 4th quarter. Now Bennett will get a handoff up the middle. Nothing doing that time, maybe a yard for Bennett. That interior of the Berries defense continues to play outstanding. Alex Starkey gets up from the bottom of the pile. Riley Hirschberger also in on the stop.
They usually play that middle really well, make it very difficult to run the ball up the middle. I know McCutcheon's broke some big runs, but for the most part, Logansport has kept that closed up.
Oh, yeah, their defense has been outstanding tonight. No question about it. 8:35 to go. McCutcheon has it 2nd down and 9 at the Logansport 24-yard line. Williams under the shotgun, looking for a receiver out in the flat. Bennett is wide open. It is complete inside the 20, breaks a tackle inside the 15. Bennett still on his feet, and he will go into the end zone for a touchdown. 24-yard pass that time. Some great open field running that time from Bennett. Maybe one missed tackle, but that's just good. That's just a good football player making the play.
And I tell you, Joe, you got to wonder at this point in the game, this Logansport defense has done an incredible job if they've got to be getting kind of tired at this point as McCutcheon starts to open it up.
We talked about the Berries' offense was on the field quite a bit in that first half, but McCutcheon dominated, I think, time of possession in that 3rd quarter. Yeah, I'm with you. You get the sense that the Berries are running out of gas a little bit defensively. Soto to try the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 8 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the 4th quarter. McCutcheon now leads 21-0. Football season also means terror season as haunted houses start to open for Halloween. The Grissom Maze of Terror is better than anything you'll find in this region. Opening in September on the Grissom Aeroplex in Peru. Make plans now to experience the Grissom Maze of Terror. Go to GrissomMazeOfTerror.com for a preview. And, some of the fans are making their way slowly towards the exit, as maybe they get a sense that the Berries just aren't going to have enough tonight against McCutcheon, but this has been quite a performance, even though they're down 21-0 compared to what we've seen the last 3 years with utter domination by McCutcheon. The Berries have more than held their own tonight.
Yeah, I can remember sitting in the press box a year ago, Joe, in that second half, just feeling like it took an eternity. But this has been an entertaining game. Logansport's kept it close and kept it interesting. And, man, you got to like the strides that this Logansport program has taken in just the past year alone.
Yep, no question about it. So we'll see if Logansport can put together a drive here. If nothing else, to keep that high-powered McCutcheon offense on the sidelines and give that defense a break, even though a lot of the Berries do go both ways, but keep that McCutcheon offense on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The Mavericks with a couple of touchdowns here in the second half to take a 21-0 lead, and now they will kick it short. It is Drake McLaughlin going back to field it, and he will do so inside the 25, and he is brought down right there inside about the 21-yard line. So a nice job that time.
Yeah.
By Foster, kicking it to a dead spot in that Berries return game.
And that can be a hard one to pick up there.
Oh, yeah.
Great job by the sophomore of catching it and at least trying to make something out of it.
But they are pinned deep in their own territory. The ball spotted at the 20-yard line of Logansport. Babcock will quarterback this first down play for the Berries, trailing 21-0. McCutcheon scored a touchdown in the first quarter, one in the third, and one so far here in the fourth. The Berries, the defense, did a great job in that first half as McCutcheon had several short fields, and Logansport was able to keep them out of the end zone outside of that opening possession. Now Babcock hands the ball off to Dustin Wilson around the right side, and he does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard back to the 19-yard line. Make it 2nd down and 11. And something we saw last week against Indianapolis Tech, the Berries starting to wear down Indianapolis Tech ever so slightly.
Yeah.
It's the opposite happening tonight. So I have to get Steve's mobile device off the ground. That's important information that is at your fingertips, partner. We can't have you without that.
Yes, we can't get any scores.
That's right. 2nd down and 11 for the Berries. Spotted at their own 19-yard line. Clock running. 7:35 to go. The Berries will be at home next Friday night homecoming. Red Devils come to town. Now pitch out around the left side to Colton Rosie. Rosie is across the 20, and we get a flag on the play. Coming in late, so maybe a face mask or a blow to the head, perhaps. I'm not sure. It happened on the opposite side of the field, so hard for us to see. But good to see Colton Rosie back out there as he left the game with an injury on the previous possession. But Coach Johnson talked about what a tough kid he is, and that's good to see him back out there.
Yeah, we need him. What he does from that running back position, but also on kick returns, he can break a big play.
Yep, and McCutcheon's defense is retreating, so it's a personal foul on the McCutcheon Mavericks, so that will be a 15-yard mark off and an automatic first down. Not sure what happened. Sometimes if there's a blow to the head, the official will signal, simulate a blow to the head. He did not do that, but it's a personal foul penalty. Maybe Rosie was out of bounds, and they hit him when he was out of bounds, perhaps.
Hey, we do have a score, Joe, real quick. Lafayette Jeff with the 35-14 lead over Kokomo.
Wow, Jeff is legit, no question about it, because Kokomo's a pretty solid ball club, and looks like Jeff's winning that one easily. Now handoff around the right side. I believe that's Dustin Wilson on the carry out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. It is Dustin Wilson. Gets up a little bit slowly. But a nice gain for Wilson. He's holding the small of his back, but he appears to be in a little bit of pain, but he's going to stay out there at least for the time being. 2nd down and 5. And if nothing else, Steve Isaacs, this drive has at least kept that offense of McCutcheon on the sidelines. 2nd and 5 for the Berries at their own 42-yard line. Clock running, 6:40 to go, fourth quarter. McCutcheon on top, 21-0. Wilson in motion on the right side. Now, Elijah Crow will keep it on the option, and he is under all sorts of pressure, and he will go down for a loss, big loss back to about the 35-yard line. And he tried to pitch to Wilson, but they had him bottled up. Crow had no choice but to keep it himself, and he just ran out of room as the McCutcheon defense swarmed on him that time. A big loss back to the 35-yard line. Loss of 7 on the play, actually 8, as they'll mark it back to the 34-yard line. Now there you go. Now they move it to the 30. See, I saw the dude standing at the 35, and the other dude put it at the 34. So, all right, I got one right. So it took me, 4.5 games to get one right. So I'll take it. 3rd down and 12 for the Berries. Ball spotted at their own 35-yard line. 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play in this fourth quarter. McCutcheon on top, 21-0. Play clock winds down. The Berries have to get this one off. Babcock with a throw across the green. Dangerous as Colton Rosie played defensive back that time, as that was very nearly intercepted. Foster was in position for a pick 6, but a good job by Colton Rosie to break it up. And we set up, and now we get an illegal shift on Logansport. McCutcheon will decline that penalty, obviously, and bring about 4th down and long and force Mario Perez to punt this one away with 5:43 to go, fourth quarter. So the Berries just not quite enough offense. Their defense more than did its job against this very good McCutcheon offense. But McCutcheon's defense is a pretty solid unit. The Berries just not able to put any points on the board so far tonight. Here's Perez with a booming kick, his best punt of the night. Fair catch called for by Caden Rice. He'll make it at the 32-yard line. But a good punt that time from Mario Perez. So we talked about the field position being so one-sided for McCutcheon in that second half, or in the first half. Here in the second, it's been a little bit more in the Berries' favor, but they've just not been able to capitalize, unfortunately.
Yeah, you wonder if, in that first half, if they could have pushed them back that far and the defense could have done that kind of job, maybe the Berries have better offensive field position and maybe put themselves in a better spot to score there in the first half. But yeah, you gotta like where you've been putting them in. Perez just continues to help the Berries.
1st and 10 for McCutcheon. They have it at their own 32-yard line, up 21-0 with 5.5 minutes to go. Now handoff to Salazar around the left side. He's got some running room. He's across the 35, across the 40, knocked out of bounds at about the 47-yard line, but a good gain on first down, 15 yards for Salazar. And something we saw in that last possession, Steve, this Logansport defense just wearing down.
Yeah, and Salazar just a bruising back.
Yeah, we've seen Bennett, now we've seen Salazar. What a luxury for McCutcheon to have two quality backs like that at their disposal. Not to mention an outstanding junior quarterback, Peyton Williams. His right arm got them on the board in a big way to start this second half on the touchdown drive to start things off. Now he'll keep it himself up the middle, breaks one tackle, breaks another into Logansport territory. Still on his feet is Williams inside the 45 to the 44, a gain of 9. And that's some determined running by Peyton Williams. Just curious to see what Coach Johnson will see on the game film. Some great broken tackles by this McCutcheon offense. Is it bad tackling or a great individual running by McCutcheon? Maybe a little bit of both. I'm sure Coach will know more as he reviews the game tape. But you got to tip your hat to Williams. He is an outstanding quarterback for this McCutcheon team.
So elusive, reads the field so well.
2nd and 1 for McCutcheon. They have it at the Logansport 44-yard line inside of 5 minutes to play here in this fourth quarter. The Mavericks on top 21-0. Now handoff inside to Davis. He breaks the tackle inside the 35 down to about the 32-yard line. And it looked like he was going to go, and now we get a flag on the play. So some extracurricular activity after the whistle. I believe it's going to go against Logansport. And now there's some frustration shown on the Berries. So I really believe, Steve, they believe they could win this game in the way they played. They believed it, but they're just unfortunately going to run out of time against this very talented McCutcheon football team.
I tell you, I think they're going to be overall happy with this game, especially how the first 3 quarters went. I think Berries Nation has got to be happy about it too. They thought, you look at the stat sheet, you wonder, and you look at the past 3 years, you wonder if McCutcheon could come out here and it could be another route, but Logansport's really stayed with them this entire game till the fourth quarter. It's started to get away.
Now we're going to get personal foul against McCutcheon.
Really?
Not against Logansport. Wow. Okay. And the McCutcheon coaching staff is out on the field. I think they saw the same thing you did.
Yeah.
I think they thought it was going to be against Logansport, but
must have been something before that, or maybe after,
or maybe the retaliation. Sometimes, as they always say, it's the second act that the officials catch.
Yeah.
So the McCutcheon coach is obviously not happy with that call, but that's when you're up 21-0 inside of 5 minutes play, that it's easier to take a call that goes against you.
Yeah.
So we'll see what the Mavericks can do on this first down and 10. Ball back at the Logansport 47-yard line, following the personal foul penalty on the Mavericks. Salazar will get the handoff around the left side, and he's got some running room inside the 40. We're going to get a flag on the play, though, and this is going to be holding. He's going to bring it back all the way down to the 12-yard line.
And Riley Hirschberger is down at the 50-yard line. He looks to be grimacing in pain.
Yep, and he's unfortunately not able to get up right now, so the official calls him out, but we're going to get a holding call, I believe, on Phoebus, which sprung Salazar around that left side. And Hirschberger did a great job filling in for Mario Perez in the punting game last week against Indianapolis Tech, and he's been a stalwart defensively all season long for the Berries. Obviously, his loss would be huge. The Berries already shorthanded tonight without Josh Manford, and Jacob Cox went out with a right knee injury early in the game, and he remains on the bench. So now the training staff, trainer timeout to take a look.
If you were looking for the broadcast on YouTube, if you haven't found it yet, search LHS Berries, and you'll be able to watch the game and listen to Joe and I, and hopefully that'll be something they continue to do the rest of the season.
Absolutely. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play here in this fourth quarter. McCutcheon on top 21-0, and the injured Riley Hirschberger getting lots of attention. Now the McCutcheon training staff is out there as well. I don't want to speculate, but he has not been able to get up and move, so hopefully it's nothing too serious, but he's in a great deal of pain, obviously, from where we sit. Diversified General Federal Credit Union believes in second chances. If you're blacklisted from opening a checking account, go see Diversified General Federal Credit Union in Logansport, where they help more people make life a little easier. Diversified General Federal Credit Union, your financial family. Member NCUA. So the Berries will be home next Friday night when the Richmond Red Devils come to town for homecoming. We'll be here on 12:30 a.m. WSAL, 94.9 FM, and apparently a YouTube channel as well. So how about that? As the Red Devils come to town, 7 o'clock start time here at Berry Stadium. We'll get things kicked off with the Mike Anderson pregame show at 6:45. McCutcheon Mavericks, meanwhile, will also be at home as they will play host to Indianapolis Tech. And that's an Indianapolis Tech team, a lot of good athletes. The Bears with an impressive win. And now they're calling for an emergency vehicle to transport as Hirschberger's not able to move. So this is unfortunately, at the moment, it looks like not just a run-of-the-mill injury. Unfortunately, that's certainly bad news for the Berries. With 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go, the Berries will fall to 3-2 on the season, 1-2 in the North Central Conference. McCutcheon, meanwhile, will get their second consecutive victory of the season after starting the season 0-3. They'll improve to 2-3 and 2-1 in the North Central Conference. As we talked about in the pregame show, only Lafayette Jeff is undefeated in the NCC. They're 2-0. Richmond is 0-2, and the other 8 teams coming into tonight were all 1-1. And now we see Riley Hirschberger's mom coming out on the field. So hopefully, again, we don't want to speculate, but this obviously does not look good. Coming at the 4:17 mark. That's obviously the one thing you don't want to see ever, to see an injury, but especially at this point in the contest when the game has been decided. Unfortunate for the Berries, they're not going to win this game with McCutcheon on top 21-0. But now the training staff from McCutcheon and Logansport tending to the injured Riley Hirschberger. They're feverishly looking for some scores. The last report, Pioneer was on top of North White 59-0 at the half, and Lafayette Jeff had a sizable lead against Kokomo, 35-14, I believe, was the last score that we had reported here. It's 21-0 McCutcheon. The Mavericks scored on their very first possession of the night to take a 7-0 lead. That was all the scoring in the first half. McCutcheon, though, did win the opening coin toss. They deferred, so they got the opening kickoff of the second half. And now the ambulance is being called out onto the field, so to tend to Riley Hirschberger. And now Mr. Jones and Mr. Strong are just telling the ambulance, just drive it on the field. We got the turf here, so they're going to put this ambulance out on the field to look at Riley Hirschberger. So obviously a significant injury. We won't speculate anything like that, but just terrible news anytime a player gets Riley Hirschberger, a great baseball player as well. So the crowd is obviously concerned here with a 21-0 deficit, but more importantly, Riley Hirschberger, the ambulance is brought onto the field to take him off of this field. So we will step aside for a break with 4:17 to go here in this fourth quarter. It is McCutcheon 21 and Logansport 0. We'll step aside for a brief timeout. We'll return with more action. You're listening to Logansport Bears football on 1230 AM WSAL 94.9 FM.
Hello, this is Todd Reed from North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center. Your friends and neighbors come to us with a problem. We offer them a solution that eliminates the problem or lessens its effect on their lives. Do you have a problem with your back, hip, shoulder, knee, or just walking? We at North Central Indiana Sports Medicine Center have a solution for you. Call us at 737-7404.
Since 1934, Security Federal Savings Bank has served Cass County. When you bank with us, you get excellent financial service, and you help us to support the community too. Hi, I am Tammy Helvey, Logansport Branch Manager. I want to thank our customers for their business. It's because of you that we are able to give back to the Logansport High School groups, including the athletic department, Logansport dance team, after prom, and many more. We're proud to sponsor the Logansport Berries.
Security Federal Savings Bank, member FDIC.
12:30 a.m. WSAL and 94.9 FM. Hey, some scores to pass along for you at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Pioneer currently up 80-0 over North White, and I believe there is not yet a running clock. And Lewis Cass has just scored. It is currently 12-6, and they are attempting the PAT. Let's send it back out to Berry Stadium with Joe Stetz and Steve Isaacs.
All right, Ben Cole. Thank you very much. Ben is the best in the business for passing down those scores and the great work he does as our engineer and, again, as our chief meteorologist, giving us great weather. But 80 7-0 Pioneer over North White. So if you had Pioneer in 79, you're in good shape, at least so far. And again, unbelievable. The defense still has not a lot of points. And you know, at 80-0, he's got second and third stringers out there, Coach Barry does.
Yeah.
And they still haven't given up a point. Just an amazing defense they have at Pioneer this year.
Yeah, North White, who struggled defensively this entire season, and their offense has really struggled. So we knew it was going to be a tough night for them and that explosive Pioneer team.
And Lewis Cass on top of Shenandoah. So after the Kings started out 0-2 and they were shut out in both of their first two games, it looked like it was going to be a long season for the Kings, but they have rebounded in a big way. That big 44-6 win over Hamilton Heights has springboarded them onto a great stretch here, beating Northwestern a week ago and now with a lead over Shenandoah. So good luck, Kings. Hopefully they can hang on and get that third win of the season. Credit dings, let Diversified General Federal Credit Union go to work for you. Diversified General Federal Credit Union helps more people get a better loan. Take advantage of what they can do for you at Diversified General Federal Credit Union, 7th and Broadway in Logansport. Your financial family member, NCUA. Proud to support the Logansport Berries.
A couple scores to pass along, Joe. Lafayette Jeff pouring it on Kokomo, 42-21. Credit Sam King on that one. Zion Austin with a 33-yard catch from Matthew Wilkerson, I believe is what that is. And then Harrison is on top of Anderson, 14-6. That was at halftime.
Wow, that's a lot closer score than you might expect. The way we saw Harrison play, and Anderson struggled a little bit in the early going, but wow, that credit to Anderson for hanging tough, at least so far, with a very good Harrison football team. Here it's McCutcheon 21 and Logansport nothing. 4:17 to go. We've had an extended stoppage of play due to a significant injury to Riley Hirschberger as the ambulance has been brought out to midfield. And did not see it was well away from the action. I
have no idea what happened.
Didn't see what happened to him, but the official immediately called for the training staff to come over, and credit to the McCutcheon training staff also as they all came over to tend to them. And so now a standing ovation from the Berries. And so Steve Isaacs is getting a bit of an update here. So we'll pass that along as Steve is getting the information. But Riley is being brought out to the placed into the ambulance, and they will take him to the hospital. We certainly, all our thoughts and prayers are with Riley and his family. Hopefully it's nothing too serious at the 4:17 mark. And Steve, I don't know how much you were able to glean from what someone just saw in the video.
Yeah, Hirschberger collided with another Logansport player, and his head hit their shoulder pad. He just looked at the replay of it. So, we just hope for the best for that young man. It's always the biggest thing you fear. And our thoughts and prayers are with him, and hope everything is okay.
Yep, absolutely. So just a freak injury, colliding with another player. I guess it's better than helmet to helmet, although the shoulder pad doesn't have a lot of give either. But and now we've got another update with 4:17 to go. 21-0 Logansport trailing McCutcheon. But as soon as we saw Riley's parents being brought out there, you figured it was something serious. But hopefully, like you said, it's thoughts and prayers with Riley and his family, and a speedy and full recovery for that young man. A good kid as well.
Yeah, for sure. His contributions to this football team, have been huge over the years.
Yep, and can't overstate what he did last week, filling in for Mario Perez in the punting unit. I mean, as good as Perez has been, I'm sure he wasn't figuring that he was going to be called upon at all to do punting, and he had the one punt block, but that really wasn't his fault. That was some good pass or good rush by Indianapolis Tech, but he did a great job punting the ball last week. He's been outstanding on defense, and hopefully it's nothing too serious. But Coach Johnson may be able to provide a little bit of an update for us if we have a chance to talk to him after the game. So a significant stoppage of play following the injury. With 4 minutes and 17 seconds to go, McCutcheon with the football. First down and 20. They have it back at their 46-yard line. So right before that, we had the personal foul penalty and then the holding call. So McCutcheon is going backwards on this possession. Williams in the shotgun. Slow snap this time, and Bennett is going to be rolled down and bowled under inside the 45. Good job that time by Goodman.
Yeah.
That snap was very, very slow in getting to the quarterback, and some great penetration by the Berries defense.
I tell you what, Goodman and Darden do from those defensive end positions. A really excellent job anchoring that Berry's defensive line.
Lost back to the 43-yard line. So it will be second down and 19 for the McCutcheon Mavericks. 3:33 to go in this fourth quarter. The Mavericks on top 21-0. Another slow snap. But Salazar will get it, or Bennett will get the handoff, and we got another flag on the play in the area of holding, and the Berries gang tackling. So we'll check and see what the flag is, but more than likely, one of those flankers trying to get the running back the edge, and they committed a holding penalty. So McCutcheon moving backwards. So this might not be a bad thing for the coaching staff of the Mavericks either to work on and say, okay, we get a shutout win on the road, but this last possession we gotta play the full 48 minutes. So that's I'm sure the coaches don't like to see this, but they'll have their players' full attention next week because we got to finish the game, fellas, even though we have a 21-0 lead.
And I think this Logansport defense really inspired their teammate going down.
Oh yeah,
and they want to finish strong for him.
Yep. Third down and 27. So, Steve Isaacs, what do you have in your playbook for 3rd and 27? We'll see what McCutcheon has as they have it at their own 36-yard line. They need to get to the Logansport 37 to get a first down. Now we're going to get a bubble screen to Phoebus out on the flat, and he goes down at the 35-yard line. It looked like he went to cut, and looks like his maybe his foot gave way up, and he's you could tell by the way he went down that maybe he went to move, and boy, this is just terrible, Steve. We just saw one of the Berries player get hurt, and now we see Phoebus get hurt. And just on a fluke play, just went to plant that foot and make a cut upfield, and you could tell by the way he went down that there was something wrong. And the training staff for McCutcheon over in a hurry, and trainer Tom and the Logansport staff taking a look at him. So this is just awful, Steve. You don't want to ever see anyone get hurt and to see two injured players within a matter of moments. It's just awful.
Yeah, and the game really decided at this point.
Absolutely.
Another score with 6:55 left in the third. Harrison on top of Anderson, 20-6. Credit Jerry Galema on that one.
So, and not to be insensitive, Steve, but with the 21-0 lead, 2:52 to go, with players getting hurt, at what point? And I'm not trying to suggest, but at what point did the coaches just say, okay, let's call this? I hate to even speculate something like that, but this breaks my heart to see kids getting hurt like this. It's a tough call. I don't know what the right thing to do is. Football's a collision sport. You take your chances. Injuries is a part of the game. I get that. But with 2:52 to go in a game that, like you said, has been decided, what do you do? But again, this is awful. I feel bad for everybody involved.
Yeah, I know the officials having a powwow out there about the 35-yard line.
And at the very least, is the discussion of a running clock come into play because you just don't want to see anybody ever get hurt. You certainly don't want to see anyone else get hurt. But this is great news. Phoebus is at least able to walk off under his own power. So that's the best news we could have on that one. And hopefully the situation with Riley will have a similar good result as well. And now the official talking to Phoebus, but boy, it looked like he seriously hurt himself the way he went down and did not get up. But my credit to him for being able to walk off the field. So it will be 4th down and very long for the Mavericks. The ball's at the 36-yard line. So what is that? 14, that's 13. So that's my Michigan Public School education tells me that is 27 yards to get.
Yes, that is correct.
4th down, 4th and 27. Although the placard has not changed. It's still showing 3rd down, still showing 3rd down on the scoreboard. It was 3rd down on the previous play. Maybe it was only 2nd down. So that must have been the case. So it is 3rd down and 27 at the 36-yard line. McCutcheon now 2 receivers out to the right, receiver out to the left. Clock started after the injured player was walked off the field under his own power. Williams rolls out to his right. He's got a lot of time to throw. Got a man open, is underthrown, and it is intercepted by Dustin Wilson, and he's got some running room into Berry's territory. 45, cuts it back inside the 25-yard line. We're going to get a flag, though, coming in late, so probably an illegal block in the back on the Bears on that return, but nonetheless, an interception from Dustin Wilson, the 3rd McCutcheon turnover. And the Berries, once again, will have some good starting field position with 2:19 to go, and we'll see what they can do with this latest opportunity.
Yeah, it's been a a tough fourth quarter, but if Logansport could get out of here with a touchdown, get that 0 off the scoreboard, that would be, great going into the end of this game.
And Peyton Williams has been outstanding. That I'm not sure what he was thinking on that one. Obviously, 3rd and 27, you got just trying to make a play, and you can take chances when you got a 21-point lead, but that play had no chance. There was double coverage, and Dustin Wilson, Oscar Grimaldo all over that receiver, and Wilson came up with it. And Elijah Crow was also in the neighborhood. I think there were 3 defenders on that receiver that time.
Yeah, those guys have done an incredible job, worked hard,
really
and nice to see them get a little reward here late in the game.
Yep. As we talked about all the time, there's no such thing as a good loss, but sometimes some good can come from a loss, and I think the Berries, a lot of good occurred tonight from this loss, and they can learn and grow as the season goes forward. 2 minutes and 19 seconds to play. McCutcheon 21, Logansport nothing. The Berries, they'll have it 1st down and 10 at the Maverick 41-yard line. Berries have all their timeouts left, so if they can try to punch it in right here before time expires. Pitch out to the right side to Colton Rosie, and not much running room that time. In fact, a loss back to the 44-yard line, loss of 3. As McCutcheon just swarmed over Rosie that time, he had no chance. Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13. Clock continues to run here at Berry Stadium. We are inside of 2 minutes to go. The Mavericks will improve to 2-3 on the season, 2-1 in the North Central Conference. The Berries will fall to 3-2 and 1-2 in the North Central Conference. And the Richmond Red Devils come into town next Friday night for homecoming here at Berry Stadium. Meanwhile, McCutcheon at home as well, as they will play host to the Titans of Indianapolis Tech. In motion now is Dustin Wilson. He'll get the handoff around the right side. He's got some running room inside the 40, still on his feet, inside the 30, all the way down to the 28-yard line. Good hole by that right side of the Berries offensive line. A good stiff arm from Wilson also to get some extra yardage. We got another Maverick slow to get up, and right in front of Trainer Tom, who's there to take a look at Caden Rice, I believe. No, that's, beg your pardon, that's Bryson McGee.
And Dustin Wilson, who had almost 100 all-purpose yards last week, putting together a pretty good game tonight.
Absolutely, and another interception for Dustin Wilson. He had that big one last week on the final drive of the game to preserve the 24-20 victory for the Berries at Indianapolis Tech. And now Trainer Tom looking at McGee. McGee looks like he's okay, though. Well, sure good to have such a good trainer like Trainer Tom. That that play happened right in front of him, so McGee's able to run off the field under his own power. Great news there for the Mavericks. And the clock will restart now. Berries have it 1st and 10 at the McCutcheon 28-yard line. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go here in this contest. The Berries down 14-0. Handoff to Colton Rose. He's got some running room inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. It will be enough for a 1st down, so the clock will stop temporarily to allow the chains to move. So 1 minute 16 to go, so the Berries still have a chance. And now the clock restarts as the chains have been reset. Now the clock is, all right, there you go. The referee was exhorting the timekeeper to stop, and he's like, give us a couple seconds. We want to try and get a touchdown here before the end of this contest. We're down to 1 minute to play. Handoff around the right side to Colton Rosie. Breaks the tackle inside the 15 to about, now they'll spot him right at the 15-yard line, gain of 3. And we are inside of 1 minute to play, 55 seconds to go, clock running. Berries trailing 21-0. They would love to punch one in to give them some confidence heading into next week's homecoming game against Richmond. Grimaldo split out to the left. Babcock will roll out to his left. He's got a little bit of time to throw. Puts it up for grabs. The pass is incomplete for Grimaldo. And the fans are asking for interference, and the flag is thrown now. You wonder if maybe Grimaldo may have said something, or if the official decided it was pass interference, because there was some contact.
Yeah.
Don't know if it was close to being before it hit Grimaldo, or before Grimaldo was touched the football, but there are a couple of flags on the play, so we'll see what the officials decide to sort out. One is at the 15, and then one happened after the play, and the Berries are going backwards. Holding call against Logansport. But what about the dude that threw the flag at the end zone, I guess?
Yeah.
And now he put it back in his head. Okay. Maybe he's like, this game's almost over, and I'm going to throw a flag one more time before I get out of here tonight. So, not sure.
I'd love for him to take another shot down to Grimaldo.
I would too, absolutely. Miles Dungy, Elijah Crow, Grimaldo, and Dustin Wilson all come from the sideline meeting with the coaching staff, see what they can come up with this. on this second down and very long. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 16 for the Berries. They need to get to the McCutcheon 9 to get a first down. Handoff to McLaughlin around the left side. Nothing doing that time. The Berries did have some success around the left side earlier in the half, but McCutcheon stopped it on that play. Clock continues to run with 25 seconds to go. 3rd and very long, so the Berries chance for one more play at least, maybe a second one. But I'm with you. Take a shot in the end zone.
Yeah.
Elijah Crow's got a big, strong arm. Grimaldo single covered there on the right side. Crow rolls out to his right. He's looking for Grimaldo. Pass is almost intercepted. It was intercepted, but McGee was out of bounds with 4.4 seconds to play. And here comes Mario Perez. So they're going to try a long field goal. And I don't think this is just for a moral victory. This is to see what Mario Perez, because he may have to kick a long field goal at a meaningful time in the game sometime this season.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
So it'll be a long one for Perez, but he's definitely got a strong leg. It will be about 43 yards from where we're looking. And the coaches may have to take a timeout as we're already down to 5 seconds on the play clock. So the Berries hurry to the line of scrimmage. 2-1, and finally Coach Johnson does decide to call a timeout, so to give Perez a shot at this 43-yard field goal. But I truly think, Steve, I don't think this is just to get a moral victory, get some points on the board. This is a real live game situation to see if Perez, he may be called upon to kick a field goal at some point in the season in a game that could certainly be a meaningful contest.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a great idea. And, the more you do this in real game situations, the better you're going to get at it and the less pressure you're going to feel. We do have a score with 4:42 to go in the third quarter. There was a Johnson to Reese, Rotoball, touchdown pass for 39 yards, and a Cass trail Shandoa 12-7, credit Bo Wicker.
All right. This will be a 43-yard field goal on what could be the last play of the game with 4.4 seconds to go. Mario Perez with Dustin Wilson to hold. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up. The kick is going to be a little bit short and wide left, and that will do it. So the final score is McCutcheon 21 and a Logansport nothing. Perez kicks the tee in disgust as he figures he's got a stronger leg than that, but unfortunately came up just a little bit short and a little bit of frustration. And Coach Johnson has a word with him. You got to like the competitiveness. He wants to do good, but just a tough night for the Berries coming up short, 21-0. So our final score, McCutcheon 21, Logansport nothing. We'll step aside for a break and be back with our post-game show. You're listening to Logansport Berries football on 1230 AM, 94.9 FM, WSAL.
The Mike Anderson Auto Group has been privileged to serve Cass County since 1980, when a young Mike Anderson opened his first dealership in Logansport. Commitment to quality and service began with the sale of the very first car. The Mike Anderson Auto Group has since expanded into numerous dealerships, but that very first dealership remains in Logansport and is a prominent part to the Mike Anderson Auto Group, with multiple Chevy Dealer of the Year awards. The Mike Anderson Auto Group. We are Cass County proud.
We would like to thank all of the sponsors who support high school athletics on all three Logansport radio stations, including the Mike Anderson Auto Group, Broadway Broadband, and the Grissom Maze of Terror, North Central Outdoor Power, Security Federal Savings Bank, Lucerne Feed and Grain, North Central Indiana Sports Medicine, Farm Bureau Insurance Jason Seward Agency, Neil Herr, Diversified General Federal Credit Union, Morocco Rand's Funeral Chapel, BNS Excavating, Direct Maytag, Tark's Pizza, Kevin Scott & Son Excavating, and Logansport Memorial Hospital. These businesses committed to supporting the student athletes in Cass County for the entire football and basketball season. Please help Logansport Radio in thanking each of these businesses, and we hope you enjoy the game.
Cass County is a wonderful place to live and work. Logansport Radio is proud to announce that $70,000 has been invested in new equipment to improve the service that we provide this awesome community. You'll notice higher fidelity and clearer sound, adding WSAL to the FM band, new local platforms of programming to serve our